Come on, get some. Stop yelling it. This episode of Our Bottom Line is dedicated to Miss Swanza and the Swanza family. We're praying here with you, Miss Swanza, as well as your family members, and we want to just let you know that our hearts are with you right now in this time that you need. Episode Our Bottom Line. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning. Happy Monday morning. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. How everybody doing this morning? Are you guys here? Can you hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday. Yes. This episode is dedicated to Miss Swanza as well as the Swanza family. In this time of need, we definitely want to put you guys in our prayers this morning. How you guys doing this morning? What's going on, Luigi? How's everybody doing over there? Okay, y'all ready to do what we got to do? Let's do it. Let me see what time we got right here. And we got a little bit more time. Let me go ahead and make sure that this camera's straight. Looks like we're doing really good over there. Okay, I have no complaints. Making sure we get some good morning prayers in here for Monday. Y'all know this is my favorite day of the week. At least Liberty knows. Woo! You know why it's my favorite day of the week? Because all y'all got to get up. Y'all like this. Oh my God. I got to get to work. Got to do what I got to do. And it's time for our bottom line. So without any further ado, let's get those prayers in the air for love, for happiness, for good health, for our family, as well as our animals. Let's do what we do this morning, you guys. Let's go. Let's get those prayers in the air for Sam Champion, as well as Scooter Ginger. Can't forget about Luigi, Jack Welsh. Who else we got up in the building? My brother Sam Champion, Sweet RV Adventures. I see you up in here, Scooter Ginger. Who else we got up in here? 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. Okay, Liberty and Justice. Couldn't do it without you. How you doing? Hope you had a good day off yesterday. We always looking for you. Hope you had a good rest and took care of your business, because I know you got a lot going on. Adam Trebet. Okay, there you go, Adam Trebet. How you doing, Sweet RV Adventures? My brother Sam Champion. How's work going with you? Okay, we got Batty Lynn up in the building doing her thing. Want to pray for you as well. Got to pray for Luigi. Want to pray for Miss Keisha. Got to pray for Scooter. Praying for Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about Mark Dorfman. Also Winter Rising. Can't forget about Colessive. Who else are angels among us? Terry, Teddy. And like I said earlier, you guys, we want to give a warm, real serious prayer out to the family, Miss Swan's family, because yes, she said she lost her sister yesterday. We may not hear that much from her, but we're going to definitely give her a grieving time and just let her know that we are here with her. Also going to pray for myself, Boogotti NYC. That's right, Miss Keisha. Also, who else we got to make sure that we get up in there? Okay, Colessive. Amen. That's how we're going to do that for this morning, you guys. How's everybody doing this morning? Okay, I'm sorry, El Jadero. Got to get you in there too. See, you just came in at the end. Luigi already had you in there. And good morning, everybody, because it's time. I hope everybody's ready to go, because I'm ready to go. Got a whole new bag ready to do our thing, and it's Monday morning, you guys. I'm trying to stall you guys out right now until the time clicks in, just to let you know, because I need a little more time. But I can give a little bit more shout outs real quick until I say, I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Whoa. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock here, but let's make sure. Come on, let's start the show. I'm ready to go. Come on. It's time to start the show. Are you ready, man? All right, one more time. Oh, Olay. Don't play. Let's go, y'all. Got to open up the jacket because, I've been doing a lot of push-ups and stuff. Me and Sam, we've been working out. We got to open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. Stretch it out. Open up those. Uh. It's Monday the 22nd. That's right, y'all. 2026. Said I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. I always get lit when I do that. I have no idea how come when I get to a certain part of that song, that intro, I just feel like I want to laugh. I can't wait till I actually get a chance to actually go into the studio and really do the remix and everything like that. But you know what? That will suffice for now. We're gonna keep on pushing. Hope everybody's having a fantastic month. Hope you know that we only got 18 more days, baby. You see how the countdown goes when you're persistent and you keep on pushing and you keep on working. I'm not gonna say we're not going through a lot, but we're trying our best and we're gonna keep on pushing. And for what we have, we're gonna make it work, you guys. That's how you do it. You gotta use the tools that you have until you can buy new ones. This is your boy Boogotti NYC. This is our bottom line, and I hope you guys are ready because I got 5 on it. I'm gonna stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm gonna ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I love to see those flags. We always go to different places, spaces. We always only place we probably haven't been is to space. We've been under the oceans. We've been to the mountaintops. We've been everywhere. To tell you the truth, wherever the information is, that's where we go. This is our bottom line, you guys. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. And without any further ado, you guys know what I'm really gonna say here, right? Let's get into these titles. Let's go. Without any further ado, we got to get into it. It's Monday, y'all. Will the United States charge a toll at the Strait of Hormuz? I don't know, but I see a lot of different things happening in the memorandum of understanding where it seems to be as if Iran got a really good part of the deal. And now it seems that they were trying to put constraints on the strait as things were lifting up. Guess the president steps in and says, like he said already, if anybody's going to get some dough, it's going to be the U.S. We'll see how that goes and if that's going to play a part in the negotiations, which J.D. Vance is still in the middle of right now. Let's keep on moving forward because we got to get on over to some serious topics that you guys should pay attention to, of course. The African CDC directors warns the Congo that the that's right, the Ebola is outbreak could become worse and the worst and on the worst on record. Had to say it a certain way, but yes, it could be the worst on record, the Ebola that they're talking about right now. So we're going to be going into that and seeing exactly what the African CDC is saying about that. Last but not least, we also have why did Trump threaten the federal takeover if a Democrat socialist is elected mayor in Washington? Basically, he's trying to say we've done a lot with Washington, got crime down. Now this new person seems as if she wants to go against the grain. If that's the case, we may have to federalize DC, which is something that they actually can do. Long story short, you guys, it's our bottom lines, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. It's time. It's Monday. That's right, you guys. Monday, the 22nd. And this month is flying by. We got a couple more days until July the 4th. What plans do you guys have? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because yeah, we got some breaking information coming right out of New York. And it's kind of crazy because we got a hit and run going on, or at least an attempted hit and run, where this one guy was being monitored in a stolen vehicle. Next thing you know, they tried to swarm him. Police were in the back of him. Instead of him getting out and surrendering, he puts the car in reverse, hits the sergeant, and it goes crazy from there. Let's keep on moving forward, see what's going on right in the Bronx a couple of hours ago. With a car. Good evening. I'm Allie Bauman in for Alan Devlin. Police say the suspect was in a stolen vehicle and hit the officers as he tried to get away. Tonight, several officers are in the hospital but are expected to be okay. Jenna DeAngelis is in the Fordham section with the latest.
Allie, police say this all started with a stolen car and ended with multiple officers struck and an 18-year-old suspect shot here on East Fordham Road. You can see the scene here behind me. It has been taped off for several hours tonight. According to the NYPD, a silver Kia Sportage with New Jersey license plates had been reported stolen Saturday in the Bronx. Tonight, around 5:35 p.m., police got an alert from the license plate reader of that vehicle in Washington Heights. Another alert followed. NYPD aviation began. Which lets you know once a car has been reported stolen, the cameras pick up that license plate and there becomes an alert, which can get in contact with the police, thereby having them understanding where you are, and this basically can ensue. It's not like before, fellas, when you're driving around and you're like, oh my God, I hope we don't get pulled over because then they're gonna run the plates. They're already running the plates because of the cameras. That's what they're basically telling you in a nutshell, if you really listen to the news. How about we run that back a little bit, just so you really understand what happened here? Because what's happening to the plates that don't have people being watched? Here on East Fordham Road, you can see the scene here behind me. It has been taped off for several hours tonight. According to the NYPD, a silver Kia Sportage with New Jersey license plates had been reported stolen Saturday in the Bronx. Tonight, around 5:35 p.m., police got an alert from a license plate reader of that vehicle in Washington Heights. An alert from a license plate reader. Another alert followed. NYPD Aviation began tracking the cars and moved into the Bronx, notifying the community response team. Those units followed the car for about a mile until it stopped and a passenger got out. Police say it then traveled about 2 blocks, stopping outside of 380 East. They literally counting the blocks if you really catch what she's saying here. Come on, y'all, get with us. I know it's early. Fordham Road. That's when 6 unmarked NYPD vehicles surrounded the car. According to investigators, the driver and passenger were instructed to get out several times, but they say the driver put the car in reverse, hitting multiple members of the NYPD and their vehicles. He drove the car into the sergeant, who was thrown to the ground. Another officer jumped onto the parked vehicle to avoid being struck. The driver then continued his effort to escape, reversing backwards. With the sergeant on the ground in front of the Kia and multiple additional officers in close proximity to the car, the officer on top of the parked vehicle discharged his firearm at the driver. Police say the driver was shot in the arm. Multiple officers were taken to the hospital with various injuries. All are in stable condition. Investigators say the suspect was arrested in February for shooting at someone in the Bronx and charged with multiple felonies. Police say the passenger is in custody. It's unclear what charges they will face, but police tell us there is body camera footage of the incident that is currently being reviewed. In the Fordham section of the Bronx, Jenna DeAngelis, CBS News, New York. I think you guys are about to have me start running for office out here soon. I'm starting to feel it now, and it's not anything because of like the money and stuff I was thinking about before. But there's certain things I just can't put up with. What are you talking about? They're trying to make it illegal for us to repair our own cars now. That's kind of really pushing it right there with me, man. You guys are really about to start inspiring me to be like, how many signatures do I need? Woo, you're gonna have me out here like, get them. I'm gonna really be out here like, I'm telling you guys, don't start playing with me like that, because I gotta put my fairings on. I just got my fairings back for the B. I'm ready to hit the road. So let's keep on going right now. We gotta keep on going back to the federalizing of the takeover that we talked about because of the socialist elected mayor that actually was elected. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And this is what Trump was talking about. I don't know. I want to know if you guys agree with this newscast right now, what they're saying. I'm going to start early with it because I'm very interested in knowing what you guys think of this story right here. Democratic Socialist Janice Lewis George winning the Democratic primary for mayor of Washington, D.C., the latest far-left candidate poised to lead a major city. Using the curfew as a tool for our young people is dangerous. We have federal troops who are in our city, mass ICE agents who are in our city. And these are the people enforcing this law on our young people. And these are not individuals who are trained in de-escalation. We're not going to get ICE off our streets by fearing this president. And we're not going to protect our rights or home rule by obeying in advance. All right, here we go. President Trump has threatened to take back D.C. if this woman won, and it looks like she won. I would like it, and maybe we'll take back Washington, run it on the federal basis. We won't put up with it. We're not going to lose our businesses. By the way, Washington now is a safe, beautiful place. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, the one and only Janine Pirro joins us now. So great to have you back.
I know what you mean. Just keep on running, right? That one song, start there and just keep on running as far as I can get, right? I feel what you're saying.
Thank you. Doing the flesh and staying to the side. Yeah. So it's really amazing where all these socialists are popping up. They're all popping up in one party Democrat cities where
Yeah, but the problem is 55. They're saying that the crime is down. You hear what I'm saying? They're saying that the crime is down, although we see otherwise.
The years and decades of failure by Democrats has led to socialism. And what makes this woman so mad in DC? The success that you and President Trump.
I'm talking about New York when I'm referring to Mamdani and them. They're saying that crime is down. Crime is actually down in DC and other places. Other places like our states, they're playing with the numbers.
Cleaning up DC. Well, there's no question. I mean, the president made DC safe and beautiful. He promised to do it, and that's just what he did. In the end, what we got are historic reductions in crime. Remember, DC was one of the most violent cities in terms of homicide in the country. And
Now, that's a fact.
2023, this candidate, Janice, actually voted. She was the only no vote on the DC Council to make sure that we could get pretrial detention on violent offenders as well as carjackers. She doesn't want bail. She doesn't want pretrial detention. And the problem is that we made such hard-fought gains. Crime is down to historic lows, homicide, historic lows, carjackings, robberies, burglaries, 60%. It's crazy. It is a safe city because of what the president has done. And she apparently is promising to go back on everything. She is not the kind of person who is supporting our agenda.
I don't understand it. What do you guys agree with this right here? Do you not? Do you think this is just propaganda or BS, or do you not? Do you think it's BS? I want to know. What sickens me is that the people who are trying to ruin the reflecting pool, that's a damn lie, says Miss Keisha. Okay, I like everybody's opinion on here. Lies, 100%. Money Tree, he wants everything back in order. Okay, literally fake news about how Mom Dami has lowered crime. Literally fake news. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay, I see what you guys are doing. We're going back and forth. Okay, yes, okay. I think the numbers are exaggerated. Thank you so much. You guys know what's going on over here. Everything on TV is lies, bro. Come on, B Banco. Yeah, straight up and down. I don't think they're gonna they're not gonna pull the wool over our eyes when it comes down to politics, when it comes down to news, when it comes down to views or local crime, because we actually live in these cities and these states. I would listen to you guys before I listen to what they're saying over here. You hear what I'm trying to tell you? We watch this so that we can talk. We don't listen to what they say. We use this for dialogue. Let's keep on moving, you guys. Let's go, because now Trump is threatening Iran if they try to interfere with the Strait of Hormuz. He says that he's going to take over that as well. So now he's talking about DC, and now he's talking about going right behind it and taking over the Strait of Hormuz.
Welcome to the weekend prime time. Tonight, President Trump is threatening new tolls on the Strait of Hormuz if a deal isn't reached with Iran in the next 60 days. Quote, there will be no tolls in the Hormuz Strait for 60 days during the ceasefire period, and there will be no tolls after the 60-day period has expired unless they're imposed by and for the United States of America. Now, this comes as the next 24 hours are crucial in these ongoing negotiations. U.S. and Iranian officials are set to meet in Switzerland tomorrow for highly anticipated talks. And today, Iran dealt a blow to the United States by declaring the Strait of Hormuz is closed, citing Israel's ongoing strikes in Lebanon.
So they call themselves blocking it yesterday, but then came right back. See what I'm saying? I want to let you guys see the progress, what's happening, the pursuit and everything like that. They call themselves blocking it. Then, of course, they had to, it did not work, of course.
Trump threatened to take over Iran if
Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew they was gonna do that to me. They're not gonna let me run that either. They're not gonna let me run that one. Oh, that's cool right there, because they basically did get it back open after Trump threatened them and basically said they better not put any of those boom booms in the water. And then he basically sent down security and stuff. So we had a little bit of exclusive going on, but it's okay. Oh, y'all. Okay, you on my back like that for eight. I got 18 days left, and y'all playing with your boy like that. Okay, cool. Okay. Matter of fact, hold on a minute. If I really want, I mean, if I really wanted to go for it, I could, but it's all right. We're gonna leave it alone because that's enough about the Strait of Hormuz. But if they're playing about something else, you know, I go get it because I can find it, you guys. Let's keep on going. They don't like to play with us. They don't like when we do it our way. They don't like it. Why you put it up there then? Let's go on over to Russia real quick because Moscow's residents are calling on Russians to go and explain about these Atilsnacks that's going on. I'm gonna try to say this on another way too because it was a hit that was on a major that was supposed to be like on themselves, but really Ukraine did it. So we're not even understanding who's claiming responsibility for the boom boom the other day. You guys, when you seen that big mushroom come up off of the top of that oil refinery the other day. So first they were just, matter of fact, I'm gonna let them say it. I'm gonna just go ahead and let it play out. Let it go, Boogotti, let it go. I'm gonna just let it go. You guys do remember this, right? And they were saying that this was Ukraine that did this, right? In Russia, one of their oil refineries. Let's go. This is in Moscow.
Following a massive Ukrainian drone strike on Moscow, residents of the Russian capital are shocked by the aftermath. The city is blanketed in thick black smoke from the burning oil refinery in Kropotnia. The drones paralyzed Moscow, and more than 500 flights were disrupted at airports.
It's not the VPN, it's YouTube actually taking down certain videos. Because even if I go search it, Mark, it's not going to be up anymore. They basically took it down.
Against this backdrop, one Moscow resident recorded a video declaring that people should gather in small groups, go to the city center, and peacefully question the authorities. He argued that if Russians remain silent while what's happening continues, they will have no home, no country, no motherland left. Friends, good
You better be quiet because you keep talking like that. You know how they get down. You know
morning,
what I'm saying?
everyone, again. It's certainly not good. I have only one assumption left, one option. We'll just have to look at what's happening for a day, two, three, and see how we proceed, so to speak. So there's only one option. Gather in groups, come to the center of Moscow in a civilized, peaceful manner without.
This is what we call that urban warfare when people have nothing to do with it, but they stand victim of it because drones and things like that. And just so you know, there's an update since this has happened, where Ukraine has already said that they have to prepare. They're preparing right now. They have to prepare right now because they feel like it's going to be a strike coming in right now. Yeah, this just came in just now, 23 hours ago. But the problem is he's talking in his own language, and I would have to, like, you know what I'm saying? But I know what's going on here, but let's just do it.
Найближчим часом треба особливо уважно ставитись до повітряних тривог.
So now I'm gonna say it while he talks in his language. Let's do it. Let's see it. Let's run it. Tonight in the special seriously the Russians air raid alert, especially seriously the Russians have prepared for a new massive strike. Please stay safe. The Russians are not ending the WAR, even though all proposed to do so are realistic formats. Real opportunities, everything has long been on the table, and Putin must make a choice in favor of diplomacy and normal peace. Our proposal for meeting a proposal to Putin for the direct and honest dialogue in the Ukraine-Russia format of partners and proposals still stands. So they're saying that they're still open to like having negotiations and ending this thing, but he's warning his people of a incoming attack, imminent incoming attack. This was 23 hours ago. It's important that the WAR ultimately ends in peace. I thank all of the partners who are helping us. Ukraine right now, the pressure is still not enough. And over this week, we've reached new agreements with our partners, including the United States, to make sure that pressure is applied. Okay, I see where you're going with this. But you did hit them kind of hard a couple of days ago. Now they're about to strike back even harder. So now you can't run behind the camera, homeboy. It is what it is. If they don't want to talk and talk peace, and you hit them hard like that, especially hitting one of their refineries, they're gonna just probably come back really strong right now. That's what they can basically expect. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got some more information. Because we've been following up on this situation right here with one of our patriots. That's right. She's got that white streak in her hair. We got a whole bunch of respect for this one here. You guys, if y'all loving the show right now, what we're doing, don't even worry about the BS, because that's what we're here for. We try to break the obvious and let you guys see what's really going on the inside. And we have a real good dialogue while we're doing it. Talking about Tulsi Gabbard on this one, and she's back again with this information on Dr. Fauci. He's a DEVIL, is what some people call him. Some people call him a devil. Just got to say that. This details that Tulsi Gabbard releases hundreds of COVID lab information and documents yesterday. Before she left, she dropped a lot of information. You guys, check this out. Let's see what Tulsi Gabbard dropped besides what we spoke and found out about yesterday.
This evening, the government is declassifying additional information related to the origins of COVID-19. Bill Pulte is now taking over as acting DNI, but on her last day as Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard releases documents alleging a key figure in the fight against coronavirus here at home actually funded dangerous research at the Wuhan Institute and then tried to cover that up.
So they're saying he funded it and then tried to cover it up.
Correspondent Brooke Taylor reports tonight from Dallas.
That's what they're saying.
In one of her final acts as Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard is declassifying hundreds of pages of documents she says expose a massive cover-up.
I'm releasing never-before-seen communications and documents that expose exactly how Fauci worked with politicized career leadership in the intelligence community to suppress the truth about his actions.
Gabbard argues the records show intelligence officials were discussing a possible lab leak as early as March of 2020. One official wrote that policymakers were hearing claims that virus was, quote, genetically engineered. Gabbard claims analysts who supported that theory later faced career consequences. And one of the most explosive claims made is that Fauci allegedly lied under oath to Congress in 2024.
The accusation being circulated that I influenced these scientists to change their minds by bribing them with millions of dollars in grant money is absolutely false.
Gabbard claims, quote, Dr. Fauci provided millions in U.S. taxpayer dollars to fund dangerous gain-of-function research at the Wuhan lab. According to the documents, EcoHealth
Thank you, Dr. Luke.
received an NIH grant titled, quote, Understanding the Risk of Bat Coronavirus Emergence. The report describes the Wuhan lab as a principal laboratory for all research in China and shows $66,500 of the grant budget was spent there. Federal officials later suspended funding for EcoHealth Alliance, citing concerns over oversight. According to today's documents, the research focused on identifying and studying bat coronaviruses and understanding how they could spread from animals to humans. And we did reach out to Fauci for comment through the Georgetown Global Health Institute and haven't heard back. Meanwhile, the former head of the EcoHealth Alliance, who we should mention was fired by the organization back in 2025, called the documents a, quote, nothing burger. Right.
Okay, yeah, because it was under your tenure. You can't say that nothing was going on because it was under your tenure, and no matter what, you're still going to be held liable for that. So you better say it was a nothing burger. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Do we have that over here? Yeah, we got to keep on going. We got some real important news coming in. I'm going to just let that one sit there on the table because I wanted to make sure you guys keep updates on that right there. That was something that had me in fear. So many people lost their lives. That was a very serious times in a lot of our lives, you guys. Some of our friends, some of our family, many people lost their lives doing that. Couldn't even talk about it. Can't even say the words on here still to this day without being, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Real serious situation there. So I'm going to leave that on the table. Let's get on over to this Signal situation where there were many encrypted chat threads were found on this man's phone. And now for the national security says that cybersecurities also agree that they're speaking on what was going on. Because signal, yes, it's good for one thing, but when you're trying to hide and feds and the government can't look into certain things, it's not really good for that. So check this out. We're going to go into the man who tried to attempt and have the situation going on for the UFC fight at the White House. And this is what happened at his home when his mom told. Basically, a little bit of follow-up information from what's going on with that situation. How they were able to thwart what they were trying to get, what they were trying to do. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Good morning. And if you appreciate the content, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Really would appreciate it. It's Monday, y'all. We got to get to work.
On the arrest of Tyson Proper, one of the 5 suspects accused of orchestrating a terror plot targeting the White House UFC event. A series of encrypted messages on an app called Signal were uncovered on Proper's phone. Authorities say the chat had detailed discussions about logistics for the attack. However, the information was only uncovered after his mom had contacted local authorities. Encrypted messaging is extremely secure and proves to be a high threat risk for situations like this. Let's bring in Morgan Wright, a nationally recognized cybersecurity and national security expert, former State Department anti-terrorism senior advisor.
One thing, you guys, I see one person is talking about they're trying to divert us from paying attention to Epstein. Then another person has a great comment that says, stop thinking about Epstein altogether. They want you thinking about child corn, disgusting. How about this, you guys? What I like is the fact that everyone here is on point and on topic about a major topic, about something that's really going on. That's the main point, that all of us understand what's going on out here in the world. Now that we know these things, what are we going to do with it? That's what I'm trying to say. Because you might not know much, the most about one topic. One video or something like that may be your thing. But what I'm trying to say is, as a collective, we can do something about it. At least that's why I'm saying it's good to have this dialogue. So, sometimes it may be a video that pertains to something that you're really intrigued about or understand, and something about that may be the same for somebody else. But that's what our bottom line is about. God bless. Let's keep going.
CEO of the National Center for Open and Unsolved Cases, and an all-around great guy. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Carl.
In a case like this, reveals how difficult these encrypted apps make it for authorities to know what's going on. Explain how difficult that is.
Look, Charlie, this started back in the 90s when Louis Freeh was director of the FBI. They did an initiative called Going Dark because we recognized voice over IP, the way communications were going over the network, could be encrypted. It was difficult. So they were trying to find ways before they went dark, right? Their ability to do Title III intercepts, lawful intercepts. But then you get the San Bernardino terrorist attack,
Yep.
where the iPhone 5 needed to be decrypted, not just simply messages, but access to the phone. So you've got Signal, you've got Telegram, you've got all of these things. Charlie, what makes it difficult is that you start with a phone or device on one and you start with another one on the other. You might see the traffic going from left to right, but you can't read it at all. You have no idea what the content is. That's what used to be our advantage with NSA, with FBI, with CIA. So that advantage is taken away from us. So now we're doing, the way to get to it is just like we did with Mother. Now you've got to get control of the devices on either end of it so you can decrypt these messages. If the NSA, the CIA, if these guys can't break this, and it's difficult to do, I'm telling you, Charlie, this is one of the biggest threats in terms of bringing down terrorist plots. Fortunately, we had a mother who saw these messages and took action.
Right.
You heard how difficult it would be to get into that, right? That was crazy, right there. I want to look at that list real quick before we get up out of here. I want to look at that list one more time. What did that list have on it? End to end, yeah, why criminals use Signal and why a lot of people use it, period. End-to-end encryption, disappearing messages, limited metadata retention, secure voice and video calls, group coordination, and it's free. A lot of people in government use Signal as well, right? Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's get up out of here. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Just wanted you guys to see what was going on in that accord now. Let's keep on going now. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. Now we're going to tone it down a little bit and get on over to Washington, D.C., where there's still a little bit of crime going on. Well, at least somebody got locked up for messing with the Lincoln Memorial reflection pool. Come on, y'all. Let's see what happened over here.
Saying overnight that cops made multiple arrests at the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. The arrest happening amid Trump claiming vandalism is to blame for the.
Now, you sure that you ain't trying to blame that bad job on this vandalism, or did they really vandalize this pool? I don't know. Let me know, you guys, what y'all think.
Pool's damage and the peeling paint there. One of the men arrested is reportedly a former Olympian. News Nation's Corey Smith joins us now live from our nation's capital there in D.C. Corey, what more are we learning about these arrests?
Yeah, we've been doing some digging this morning, and especially after the president posted about this a few times this week. Let's go back to Friday when video of the blue paint peeling began circulating online. The president said it was the result of vandalism, and he followed it up with this Truth Social post on Saturday, saying the United States Park Police have arrested multiple individuals for vandalizing our nation's magnificent reflecting pool. Who would do such a thing? These are very serious crimes having to do with the destruction of national monuments, years in jail. Work will begin immediately on its repair. Now, News Nation has obtained video showing multiple people being detained on the mall and near the reflecting pool. I've spent this morning searching court records for any evidence of multiple arrests, but given Friday was a holiday and it's the weekend, nothing's been filed in D.C. Superior Court, so we can't say whether they were charged, and if they were charged, what for. However, the AP is reporting a 67-year-old man from Bethesda was arrested Friday at the reflecting pool. You mentioned his name, David Hearn. He's a former Olympic canoe racer. He told the Associated Press he reached into the pool to examine a chunk of that blue coating that we've seen online that was peeling. He says someone working on the pool at the time told him to stop. Hearn then went on to tell the AP he was detained for nearly 5 hours by park police before being released Friday night. Now, of course, this has become a big story in Washington over the past month. Really, once the pool was painted with that American flag blue coating and then refilled. Green algae bloomed soon after, turning the water green. That was then followed.
Man, just own the mistake and say we made a mistake and we can't get it right. Just go ahead and grind all that crap up out of there and try to find another way to do it, because basically it's not working. I mean, sometimes you try your best to make something happen and it just doesn't happen to work. Get all that water out of there. See if it's actually some algae or whatever's going on in there. Scrape all that crap up out of there, and I don't know. I can't even tell you because I don't do pools. I'm not a pool guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the pool guy. You know, I'm not the cable guy. I don't know how to do all that. You guys have to look into that yourselves. But maybe it's that paint that you put in the bottom. Can't go try to get no paint from a cheap place, man. You can't do that. Let's get on over to Shaker Heights. We got a situation where license plate readers, again, are making more than life easier to get a ticket, but could be invasive. We talked about this already. We've been talking about flock cameras all week, haven't we? Let's see what's going on with this camera situation over here in Shaker Heights. Well, they actually used it to put ice on ice. But again, we have to look at every part of these cameras and how invasive or helpful they are. Come on, you guys, let's go. Let's see what's going on over here in Cleveland.
Following the controversy over license plate readers. And now we've learned one city is cracking down. Thank you so much for being here with us on this Friday night. I'm Katie Houston.
And I'm Damon Maloney. Shaker Heights just announcing sweeping changes 1 month after a News 5 investigation revealed that outside agencies were using their system for immigration-related searches. Tara Morgan has been...
Okay, 55 says they're dumping algae in the water. That's a good possibility.
Leading the coverage on this, and it's the first now to report this new flock deal in Shaker.
That's right. This week, Shaker Heights Mayor David Weiss signed an amended contract with Flock Safety, and the city today sent me the changes. Flock can't hand over Shaker's data without a court-issued warrant. If someone tries to get the data, Flock has to alert the city first in writing so Shaker can challenge it.
Yeah, but the problem is Flock has camera access to the point where all you got to do is ask for the permission and they'll let you get the access to the cameras anyway. That's what it's all about. I mean, come on now, we're not stupid over here. Then there's some people in the comments I want to get back to. She said that they probably putting algae in, putting something in the water. And another person that said in Atlanta they saw about 200 people in a crowd the other day. Was that a team takeover? If so, and you don't get caught out there, make a little video, put it up on the Discord for us, or take your chat GPT and do a real quick scan and ask it, how many people is this? I use chat for everything. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
The city also now has on-demand access to audit logs to see if searches are done by Shaker officers or outside agencies. The revised contract also blocks Flock from sharing with any outside agency outside of Ohio.
So this got the license plate number, and it reports to the immigration, all that. What's that? Oh my gosh, seriously? Got where you live at?
Federal agency and any agency tied to ICE through an agreement.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of different agencies. See what I'm saying? And that's another thing. They don't want to keep on having to ask for permission. They'll send one. Can we get permission to access your cameras? Once they're granted that access, that's just another access point that they have to our information. We got to be out of here. We got to understand what's going on out here. They can look right inside the car, you guys. So whatever you're doing inside your car, they can see you. You know how clear those cameras are? Man, listen, let's keep on moving forward. Talking about they can't find such and such. You're not finding them because you don't want to find them. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got the CDC coming in next on this other situation with this EBO that we talked about earlier. That virus, that outbreak that they're talking about, that could become worse, the worst on record. The reason I'm telling you guys about these stories is because they're not really promoting certain things about it, especially this one here. And we want to make sure that we're safe as possible. Just in case anybody's planning on traveling to Africa in the Congo, I think I'll probably put a -7 against that one right now. I'll tell everybody out there right now, just probably don't want to do that. No visit in the Congo.
Top health officials in Africa are warning that the Ebola outbreak in Central Africa could become the worst in history if transmission rates are not flattened. The director of Africa.
Yes, they do already listen in on the phones, and if you're leaving Siri on, and if you have Hey Siri on, she's always listening all the time, and that's why sometimes you might be talking about, like I said, a basketball or maybe like some lotion or something like that. Next thing you know, that lotion pops up on the screen. Yeah, they got it all cooked together, y'all, for real, for real.
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says more than 200 people thus far have died in the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring Uganda. The total number of confirmed cases, nearly 900, and appears to be growing. That is the number of cases. I want to bring in.
See what I'm saying? It started like that in other places with other situations too. And I know you guys are like not so cautious when it comes down to certain things like this, but maybe we should be.
Tyra Medad. She is an infectious disease epidemiologist at Harvard University's Belfer Center. Tyra, I'm glad to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Walk my audience through what we know and what we fear might happen.
Yeah, well, I think first I'll start by sharing the current Ebola outbreak of the Boogotti virus is already the third largest Ebola outbreak on record. So that really goes to show you that a little over 1 month since this outbreak was detected, it's already the third largest, which, is expanding in geographic location. We're up to 31 health zones in 3 provinces being affected and nearly 900 cases. This is not just a story of the number of cases that are being detected. It's a story of the number of people that are also being contact traced. And that's also where we're also falling behind.
So what we do again, we get the information and we judge. We're not stupid. We're very smart, intelligent people over here, even though it took me a minute to get it out. I'm intelligent as well. So we don't just take this information and, we believe you. No, we don't. We have conversations about it. We get down to the bottom of it. So anybody who's looking, don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't get caught up in the channel. Don't get caught up in the network. We understand that we are the ones that make the decisions in life. We are not, I know I'm not a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or a conservative. So I have no personal feelings about any of this stuff. Actually, I really try to pick and choose because that's actually how it is sometimes. Just like when you deal with certain people, you have that person that you can call for that. You've got that person that you can call for that. You got your auto mechanic for that. You pick and choose basically. Your auto mechanic may not be great at everything. You feel what I'm trying to tell you? This person may not be great at other things. And that's the way politics are sometimes. Sometimes you might agree, you might not. You feel what I'm trying to tell you? That's basically the way I try to take it. Put together a show like this called Our Bottom Line so we can have a bunch of people that come together and put up their own ideas, and then we can have good dialogue. Because even if we argue with each other, as long as we're talking, we have a good debate, we can probably come up with some good solutions. That's our bottom line. Let's go. I don't want you guys to get caught up in the networks and what's being said here. Please don't do that.
The lot that's complicating the matter the matter. The first is, as we talked about, contact tracing. These are the number of individuals that have come in contact with a confirmed case of Ebola. Now, estimates show that we should be tracking about 33,000, and the reason why we're coming up with that 33,000 number is for every one case, we're typically looking at about 40 contacts that they may have. Now, according to the most recent World Health Organization report, they're only contact tracing about 4,000 of those individuals. So there's a very large number that still are out and they're not being contact traced. So
That's the best way not to be caught up, by just being open and objective. That's the best way to not be caught up about parties and things like that too. Because if you feel a certain party or a certain person or a certain principle is trying to send a person that way, it's the best way to be. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I hope you got enough information about this, and this is some serious information here. Ebo, I don't want to say certain words. I try to give you guys as much information as possible because you know how they are. Big brother. You send me 10, they take 3. You feel me? Even though why'd you do that? And you ain't do nothing wrong.
There's lots of complexities. And the one thing that I'll also share is that an outbreak is occurring in an area of conflict, of neglect, of militarized response, and a huge, humanitarian need. So there's lots of confounding factors here.
Well, honestly, I'm probably sounding crazy, but I think there needs to be a lot of research and a lot of money thrown right at this. I might sound crazy, but this is the stuff that they're always talking about, spendage on stupid stuff, spent too much money on that. How about we put a real good team together of some real good research people and spend some money on them and send them straight down there to take care of that, besides the people that they already have. This way they can work collectively together. That'll be a good way to spend some money. Let's keep on moving forward to Texas. I got this Carmelo Anthony victim of this video surveillance video right here. I got the actual video surveillance. If you really look at it, you can see him coming up to the meet. He's got the backpack on and everything, all the way up until when the police arrest him. Gonna do a little bit of fast forward and speeding up here, but I thought that you guys that are interested in the Carmelo Anthony case may want to see, if you have not seen this behind the scenes footage over here of when he actually came. Just gonna start running it right now because it's pretty long. It's actually about 10 minutes and 11 seconds, so I'm not even gonna wait. Anything you see highlighted is actually Carmelo or the victim. Please help me out with the victim's name again. I would really appreciate that. Let's keep on moving forward. Thank you. No audio, it's only video. It's only video camera. So that seems to be possibly the one who lost his life. If you guys can help me out with his name, that's exactly who he is right there, just so you know. And these are all of the surveillance video from around the campus. What was his name? Austin Metcalf. Thank you so much. That's why I love you guys. Thank you so much, Adam. Thanks, Angels. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mary. So you guys see, this looks like him going to the meet or wherever, right? Just kids being kids, right? So remember that Carmelo Anthony with a K has on a gray hooded sweatshirt with essentials on the back. So this would be him with the circle, with the backpack on right now that you see. That's him with the backpack right there. Talking about they got everything. They're gonna have another camera catch it from here. They have another camera catch it when he leaves the field. This is him again. I never saw him get on the field, but he actually did, I guess. Or is that not him? Let me make sure I'm correct in this. I'm not seeing a new oval yet, so I'm not gonna say who's who yet. Yeah, let's take that back. I don't know if that's him yet. We're only gonna be looking for those oval gray shaded areas. Does look like something's going on over here, some sort of a confrontation. Maybe people are gathered right here at this one area. Looks like an entrance of some sort. Okay. I do remember seeing some running going on right after this part. Definitely saw some running happening. Yeah, it looks like something going on over there. Coming up the steps. Bear with me, you guys. We're looking at this crowd, this group of kids right here. Looking at this group right here. Okay, okay, we got to go back a little bit. All right, let's go right here. So now we see this, okay? Trying to distinguish. We got him on top of the steps. I guess he's already done the deed. Now he's running down the steps. Looks like security's starting to chase. That's after he's done it. Security's chasing. Stops right there. I don't know why. Starts running again. Security's still saying something, or is that another student or whatever? You guys can see this happen basically in the daylight while the kids were right there. Everybody was around to see this. In a minute, you're going to see him take him into custody. This is when they take him into custody right here. They brought him back. It's when he ran away, they brought him back from over there where he was at. They brought him back. That's them bringing him back right there. When he ran away, then he's over here. They're going to make him sit down with his hands behind his back up there. That's him right there. Now they're going to walk him out. They walked him out. Now you're going to see all of the cops that's bringing him down. They even got video before he got there. So yeah, they're bringing him down now. Now you see this, the last part right here where they bring him out. That's him right here. And like again, while all of this, while school was basically active or wherever they was at, track meet, whatever, it's actually going on at that time. So yeah, I think they got actually all of the footage, and that's basically, I wanted to show you guys, what we could get out of that so you can see a little bit behind the scenes. Let's keep on moving forward. Yes, let's go. San Antonio, we got some road rage. I keep on telling you guys about this road rage. We're not really good on the road rage aspect. This says a driver got stills nabbed after pulling over his vehicle to confront a motorist, still searching for the suspect. That's right, you guys. Don't be pulling over. Sometimes it's good that you got away from there. And many times I've had a little bit of road rage, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, it always never came out the right way. And especially if you have to do with like road riding a motorcycle or anything that has to do with speed, rage, speed, motorcycle, don't do it, because you're gonna mess around and wipe out, and you don't want to do that. So road rage is definitely not the thing, you guys. I don't want to see anybody getting hurt.
Morning, what started as road rage ended with a man stabbed after police say he pulled over to confront another driver. Police say it happened just after 11 last night off Perham Vital. Investigators say the victim pulled over to confront that driver after some type of road rage incident. Well, during that confrontation, police say the suspect stabbed the man in the stomach before taking off. The victim was rushed to the hospital and is expected to survive.
He's lucky, because that could have went any other way. That's what I'm saying all the time. You ain't going, even if, and how about this? Even if you win, you lose. Because now the guy that did it, he won, but now he's in trouble. They looking for him. You see what I'm saying? It ain't worth it. So just sometimes if the car ain't get damaged, if it was some BS, try to just keep on riding like, woosah. You know what I'm saying? Pins and needles, needles and pins. It's a man that's happy, it's a man that grins. You know what I'm saying, guys? Sometimes you gotta woosah. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We gotta get on over here to Portland, where a man gets accused of assaulting 4 women in Portland, and we'll be here spending the next 22 years of his life for attempted murder and oh my God. And he tried to do this. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? You ain't talking about me. I ain't say nothing racist like that. I ain't say nothing racist. All I said was pins and needles, needles and pins. It's a happy man that smiles, and the man that smiles, he grins. Now we got to get on over to Portland because I want to ask you guys a question about this situation right here. This has to be one of the nastiest creeps I've ever heard of in me being on Earth. Not only was he trying to number 6 assault a woman, but he was trying to do it while she was holding her baby and her husband was right downstairs. Oh man, you guys, I don't know. This dude right here is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and why these dudes is not winding up like this, I have no idea. Because if that would have happened in my house, I don't know if they would have made it out. Check this out, you guys. Call me what you want, but here we go. We got to get on over here and see what's going on with this situation in Portland. This man gets 22 years, but watch what he did to get it.
The man accused of assaulting 4 women in the South Tabor neighborhood of Portland this spring will spend 2 decades in prison. Foxwell's Leslie Dominique has more from victims who shared their testimony in court. 43-year-old Judson Defer was sentenced to 22 years in prison on Thursday. In court, victims spoke out about the nightmare they endured that March day and the strength they have to move forward.
Watch this.
You are lucky that because of the strength of 4 women, your crimes were limited to what they were. In court Thursday, a Multnomah County judge sentenced Defer to 22 years in prison. The judge found him guilty of charges including sexual abuse, attempted rape, and kidnapping. These victims were forced to endure terrifying and deeply traumatic experiences. The charges stem from a string of attacks in South Tabor on March 15. According to court documents, Defer broke into one family's home, calling out, "Honey, I'm here." He then confronted a woman in an upstairs bedroom with her 10-month-old baby and 3-year-old child, while her husband was doing yard work. The woman told police Defer forced her into a guest room, assaulted her, and attempted to rape her with the baby still in her arms. You had a smile on your face as you attacked me. You smiled as my 3-year-old daughter screamed for her mommy and watched as you ripped her baby sister and mother away from her. The mother later barricaded herself in another bedroom and called for help before Defer fled. Prosecutors say that same day, Defer is accused of inappropriately touching a woman at a nearby church and grabbing 2 others who were on a walk. I now look behind me at all times. I physically react to unexpected noises. The defense claims Defer was under the influence of methamphetamine during the time of the incident and remembers very little. His attorney stressed that he is remorseful for the pain he caused and dedicated to his sobriety. I'm sorry. I wish I could change the past, but I can't. I can only change the future. The judge is ruling an opportunity for victims and their families to heal. She is the reason these events weren't a worse tragedy. She is the reason my daughters are safe. Ben Harrison, a husband to one of the women, spoke about his wife's strength that nightmarish day and what they hope will never change. And while these events will fundamentally change how we view the world, we still hope to be compassionate and caring people. And we hope the people of Portland will always have compassion and empathy for those in need. Defer's mother also appeared in court Thursday via Zoom call. She spoke about her son's long struggle with meth addiction. He will be registered as a sex offender. And reporting in downtown Portland, Leslie Dominique, Fox 12 Oregon.
I saw somebody put wood chipper on slow. You guys, I don't know who he must be mentally crazy to do something like that. He must be crazy. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to New Hampshire, Salem to be exact. We got a teenager that's 15 years old. Hold on a minute. Yeah, sorry, you guys. I apologize, but I do want to pray for the victims in this tragedy, and I want to say thank God that nothing happened to the lady that really was like any wounds or let's say cuts, bruises, and things like that I don't know of. I want to say that as well. The physical as well. I'm sorry, the mental scars are probably as well as what she's dealing with right now. I want to pray for the children, and hopefully they won't be feeling scared moving forward throughout their homes and throughout their lives. lives, because at an early age like that, that could be a common look for the boogeyman to them moving forward. So mental things that children do suffer with, we do want to make sure that we pray pray for the children as well. I do want to pray for the fact and thank the Lord that nothing happened to the mother as well as the children while this is going on. And I'm so happy that this person has been brought to justice, and hopefully that he can be kept off the street to not be able to harm anyone else. We ask for this to be we ask and we thank you, Lord, for making sure that they're very safe, because we don't always pray for the bad. We pray for the good as well. Amen. That's right, you guys. We got to pray for the good too, because it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Now let's get on over to Salem, New Hampshire, where this teen was hit by a car. I'm sorry, not hit by a car, but he was found pow outside of his home. They're still doing investigations on this. Atlanta, 16-year-old yesterday. Today, 15-year-old New Hampshire.
We are tracking some breaking news today. The body of a teenage boy was found outside a home in Salem, New Hampshire this morning. That's prompted a homicide investigation. NBC 10's Eli Rosenberg joins us from Salem with those new details just coming in on this case. Eli?
I mean, should they have a curfew? For real. It's 10 o'clock. Where are your children at? Remember that? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? What happened to that commercial?
Yeah, we did just get an update from the Attorney General's office. The victim in all of this, 15 years old, according to the AG's office. Manner of death, shot of the chest, the AG's office tells us. And all of this is being investigated as a homicide. Now, all these hours later, as you can see behind us, investigators still on the scene here. This afternoon, we've been talking with neighbors, trying to figure out how something like this could happen here. For those who live on Orchard Terrace in Salem, New Hampshire, it was the screams that woke them up early Friday morning.
The sound was deafening. Hearing a mother, she started screaming, "My son, my son."
According to the Attorney General's office, Salem, New Hampshire police rushed to a house, arriving to find the body of a teenager in the front of the home. Friday evening.
Yeah, Colessive. I don't know if I could be living in no Salem, out them witches out there, the witches of Eastwick. Remember that movie, y'all?
The AG's office identifying the victim as 15-year-old BJ from Massachusetts. The AG adding, the teen's cause of death was a single gunshot wound to the chest. The manner of death ruled a homicide.
I'm so upset because if it's the child that I think it was, and I don't know what happened to him, he was such a good kid. And it's sad. I don't know what happened to him.
Throughout the day, detectives and crime scene investigators scoured the house at the end of a dead end. They also searched the nearby wooded area.
The investigation is ongoing into the circumstances surrounding the death of that teenager, in addition to an autopsy being conducted as we speak to determine cause and manner of death.
Those who live around here say this neighborhood in the shadow of Canopy Lake Park is usually very quiet. Now, they're left to wonder how something like this could happen here.
If it was the boy I'm thinking it was, he was here during the summers. He lived in Massachusetts somewhere, and they kept him here during the summers just to, keep him in a nice neighborhood. I'll tell you what, he was a good kid. He was really nice to everybody.
And the AG's office did confirm this evening the victim, the 15-year-old, did live in Massachusetts. No word on any arrests, but the Attorney General says there is no threat to the public out here as the investigation continues.
Where you get that Michael J. Fox jacket from? East Bay? I don't know where he got that choice. Somebody said they don't understand the choice of his jacket today. I don't even. Maybe they said, man, you ain't got no collar shirt on or no tie, and you're trying to report serious news. Put your collar up or something. But yeah, it's not that important because of what really happened. So that's what happened is going to debunk his outfit choice today. What we need to do is just go ahead and get those prayers up. And it seems as if maybe his family did send him to Salem, New Hampshire, to have a good summer, somewhere to have a different experience and something going on. And sadly, lost his life. Let's hope that we can find out what happened in this situation. Let's pray for the family as well as the young kid's soul. So young, 15 years old. We keep on talking about this, you guys. Look at us, 40, 50, 30. Not even half of our lives is what he's been able to, only been able to experience. That's the thing that I always say. The lives now, how young, they don't even get a chance to really experience life now. They don't really understand it. They don't appreciate the way that life is such a gift to us. So I want to pray for him as well as his family, as well as anybody who's affected by this situation. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Texas now. We got this house that was set ablaze by lightning strikes. I heard that it was pretty crazy in Texas yesterday. We're going to get into Texas as well as Louisiana, you guys, because these storms and these thunderstorms and these floodings are ridiculous. There was one lady, her whole entire air conditioner was submerged underwater. That means that that water had to be several feet off the ground. Let's keep on moving forward and see what we got going on Texas over here with this lightning strike. Then we're gonna keep on moving forward. Anybody in Texas out there? I think 55, you out there. But oh boy, look at this in Dallas.
Fires erupted across the Metroplex during some of the heavy lightning that rolled through. Crews were called to this home in North Dallas. This happened at about 9 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, Dallas Fire Rescue says more than 100 firefighters worked to help put the fire out. Fox 4's Alex Boyer is there. And Alex, I know you had a chance to talk to neighbors and just really kind of see what happened.
Hi, I did, guys, and I was able to also hop in our drive cam and drive around the area to get a look at what the conditions are like right now. As Dan mentioned, they've cleared up, but take a look at this. We are at a park off of Commonwealth Drive in 35. This is Pegasus Park. You can see those benches submerged in water. This park obviously flooded by all of the rain that moved through this area. Earlier today, we know severe weather that rolled through here, again, causing these
North
fires
Dallas.
to be caused by lightning that has left several people without a home tonight. Flames lit up the sky in neighborhoods across North Texas early Friday morning as storms moved through. The raging fires, like this one at a home off Possum Kingdom Drive in Frisco, believed to be sparked by a series of lightning strikes. In the city of Plano, firefighters responded to at least 5 structure fires, including this one, all believed to be lightning strike related.
Somebody banged on our door, and I went to the door, and there was a lady who'd been walking her dog, and she said, "I think the house next door is on fire." So I came out, and there was smoke coming out of the roof at that stage, no flames.
Neighbor Paul Ditto called 911.
That's right, Liberty and Justice. We watch and discuss all current news topics, all real news. And that's right, Boogotti has no political affiliation. Come on in and let's have some civil discourse for today's hot topics. On top of that, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're on our way to 74,000 subscribers, you guys. That's right, 74,000 subscribers. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. Okay, let me see. That's how we do it. We're looking at Boogotti right now. Oh, the show is pretty good. Boop, boop. Let's double tap that. That's all you got to do. Or you can swipe up and send the Cash App. Now, or you could just give me all the money in your pockets. Nah, but you know what? I really appreciate you guys for you to actually be having a good time at the show. A lot of you guys have made me go harder now to make the show even better, to curate, to find better content, to make sure that we're really being on topic with trending topics and current events. So you know what? Let's keep on moving on with our Monday morning, and hopefully this stuff comes to a calm, because it seems like the earth is talking back right now. Mother Earth is having a conversation with us.
And within a minute or two of me calling it in, flames started shooting out of the roof.
He said firefighters arrived within minutes, putting out the fire before it spread. No one was home.
They made an aggressive interior attack in the attic. We're able to get the fire under control quickly. We don't have any reported injuries.
And in Allen, our cameras captured the aftermath of a
Damn.
residential structure fire on
Damn.
Bottom Lane. Contractors working to secure the roof. According to the Allen Fire Department, one firefighter fell through the ceiling while fighting the fire in the attic. That firefighter sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital for evaluation and treatment. Meanwhile, in North Dallas, approximately 60 to 70 firefighters worked to put out a fire at a 3-story home located inside of an exclusive gated community off Ash Bluff Lane. Neighbors described what they heard.
We were in the kitchen, came at the table, and it just lit up the house.
Could you hear the lightning? Did you think it was that close?
We knew it hit someplace very close because it was such a loud.
Cheryl and Steve Koch had a chance to talk briefly with the homeowner who lives next door.
What was he able to gather from what happened?
Well, he just, like anyone, would be shocked. I think he was, it's probably the best term.
Jesus Christ, how many? I was like 7 or 6 cases right there, y'all. Ooh, more. Ooh, Texas, Dallas, y'all be careful out there. It's a lot of lightning strikes going on out there. You guys be careful. Let's get on over to New York, and if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. But be careful when you go to Madison Square Garden to go look at a show. Even though you might get turned up, you might get amped up, don't be climbing on structures and certain things where you may slip off and fall. Had a situation where a 51-year-old man has lost his life after falling from an elevated surface inside of MSG, where a band called Goose, the concert was going on. Man fell to his death in Madison Square Garden yesterday, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. Let's go.
This morning, police say a 51-year-old man has died after falling from an elevated surface inside Madison Square Garden. This happened just before 10 o'clock last night as the rock band Goose was performing. The band posted on Instagram last night, writing in part, quote, "We are deeply saddened and heartbroken to learn of the tragic event that occurred at tonight's show. We extend our deepest sympathy to everyone affected," unquote. We have reached out to MSG for a statement. We're waiting to hear back.
Sad situation right there. That man went there to go have fun, just probably turned up a little bit too much. He was at a height he couldn't come back from, fell, lost his life. Sad situation. Definitely want to pray for him and for everybody else. Come on, you guys. Let's go out and have fun, but let's be careful about where we're at. And not even if we got, we may have a couple of drinks in us or things like that, feeling good. But let's not be playing around with our lives, because it's not just about that event. It's about making it home as well. I want to pray for him and his family as well. And hopefully this is just an accident. Amen. We got to keep moving. We got to get on over to Virginia, you guys. Out in Richmond, there's a scam going on where truck drivers and dealers are claiming to be based in Richmond, but they're not really based there. They're based somewhere else. But they use a Richmond address to act like they are. You heard about this before. It's the old bait and switch. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Using one address, but you're really at another. Let's go.
Taking action. Fake news.
Check this out. Check this out, you guys.
I was just calling because we've heard from some customers who weren't able to get the truck that they ordered. I'm outside of your business here right
Be careful ordering a truck from this company.
now, and I don't see any trucks here present, but is there a reason?
Not the boop, boop, boop. A truck dealer claiming to be based in Richmond promises top quality trucks at an affordable price, but the Better Business Bureau warns the deal is actually a scam. You're watching 8 News at 11. So glad you stayed up with us tonight. I'm Eric Phillips.
And I'm Heather Hope. Tonight, Taking Action investigator Roland Wilson is digging into the company after a customer says they never received their order. Roland, got to tell us these details.
I don't know about ordering these cars online anyway. Thousands of dollars, sending them thousands of dollars up ahead. I don't know about that.
Well, Eric, Heather, it's pretty interesting. One customer I spoke with spent more than $8,000 dealing with Richmond Plaza Truck. Another almost sent over about $12,000. Now, according to the Better Business Bureau, when dealing with this company, you should keep your money in your pocket. Find the perfect truck with the best deals. This promise lives on the home screen of Richmond Plaza Truck's website. Nearly 24 top quality semi trucks, pickups, and vans are listed in its inventory. This 2003 Freightliner goes for $28,000, less than half of what other sites are offering online. Just a couple of clicks.
When it's too good to be true, most of the time it is.
And you've made your order. But now some customers are skeptical about the process. One customer from Indiana called the Better Business Bureau about a listing for a 2021 Denali for $12,800. The organization advised the caller against sending the money. Another customer from North Carolina I spoke with did send the money, transferring $8,600 directly from his bank account.
Got him.
But he claims he never got the truck he ordered. According to the business's website, it's located in Richmond. So
This is the part I wanted you guys to see. Y'all ready? Let's go to the dealership. Let's go check out the trucks.
here I am, 901 East Carey Street, and this is the building where Richmond Plaza Truck is supposed to be, the One James Center. Now, if you know anything about this area, this is the heart of downtown Richmond. Customers would come here looking for their truck, but no truck was found. The address didn't have a suite number, so I looked around. I didn't see any signage for Richmond Plaza Truck, and the business wasn't located on the directory. I'm looking for Richmond Plaza Truck. Have you heard of that?
That's a scam.
A scam.
That is a scam.
Soon as he walked in there, she walked in and asked him what the name of the company was. She said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, that's a security at the front desk. That's a scam."
Tells me about 5 people have come to this building this month looking for the trucks they ordered. The building's property manager told me, I have no idea who Richmond Plaza Truck is. So I called the number on their website. I was just calling because we've heard of some customers who weren't able to get the truck that they ordered. I'm outside of your business here right now, and I don't see any trucks here present, but is there a reason? They hung up and they didn't call back or answer my emails. I wanted to ask why customers didn't receive their orders and why the company isn't registered with the state.
You guys, be careful. Richmond Plaza Truck. Be careful. I'm just showing you guys this story because I don't know if people live out there. Y'all might be wanting to save up some money for a truck. You might think about using this company. That's also what we do over here. We try to save people from losing money as well because there's a lot of scams out there. Matter of fact, hold on. Do we got another scam that's sophisticated one right there where the scammers are targeting banks? Oh yeah, one more. Let's go for. Let's get into the scam section real quick. Let me show you guys this one. Watch this.
Working together to prevent and prosecute fraud.
Local, state, and federal law enforcement gathered with representatives from several West Michigan banks today for
Detroit, Michigan, everybody, come on to the front of the stage. It's time for you guys to see what's going on. Let's go.
an event focused on getting justice for financial scam victims.
News 8's Dr. McLean sat in on that dialogue.
It makes you afraid. It makes you cautious about everything.
Kathy, among the 40% of Americans that have fallen victim to fraud.
And she used to work for a bank. You would think she know better.
Her and her husband hoped to buy a tractor online and did their due diligence. But at the end of the wire-based transaction, their money was gone with no product in return. Despite her previous professional expertise, the sophistication of these schemes is getting hard to beat.
I'm actually a retired banker, and you would have thought I would have known better. Unfortunately, very sophisticated.
Wow, Sweet RV.
Spoofing our actual phone number and
Sweet RV says the local waste management in Burlington, Vermont got scammed for $3.5 million recently. I want you guys to understand what they're doing. This is the company right here. They saying that people are spoofing their number and acting like they them. So this is some stuff over here. Watch this. Check this out.
Anchor, and you would have thought I would have known better. Unfortunately, very sophisticated. In our case, they're spoofing our actual phone number and the name of our bank, McIntyre Fraud Department, and making customers believe that the bank is calling them.
now, despite the eye-popping totals of money stolen in these crimes,
So if Chase call you and it says Chase on the phone or Bank of America or TD Bank or whatever bank you use, you see that on the phone, you're gonna assume it might be them, especially somebody that don't know better.
the emotional toll that it takes on the victims and the prevalence both in Michigan and around the country, local prosecutors' offices are having trouble finishing the deal and holding these criminals accountable.
The sentencing guidelines are very low. I mean, there's been a conscious effort by the legislature, for the last 20 years at least, that, violent crimes. So 75% of people in prison are there for violent crime. And that's
So check this out. Money institutions will not call you, Celeste, if you're right. Not like this. Just to let you guys know, they will not call you. Or they might email you, if anything, or send you a letter in the mail. One thing I want you guys to understand about this is, too, the sad part about it is a lot of our states are not doing much about these crimes, and that's why so many people are doing fraud. They're concentrated on aggravated crimes, not crimes like this. Why do you think what's going on in Minneapolis actually happened? They've been doing it for so long, and now they worried about violent crime. And when these people do get arrested, you guys know better than me. Tell me I'm lying when I tell you that the majority of them get probation or get like 2 years in and maybe like 5 years probation. They get more time on probation than they do actually get jail time. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let me show you another reason why. I'm gonna show you exactly what he says right here.
That, violent crimes. So 75% of people in prison are there for violent crime, and that's a legislative determination. So when you get these high number of financial crimes that don't involve violence, they're just, it's very hard to get, they're looking at probation, and that's usually shocking to a lot of people that, hey, they took 30, 40, $100,000 and they're looking at probation. I had one for $1 million and he did county jail time. I mean, that was in the sentencing guidelines, didn't call for it.
For potential targets,
Said that was one that was uncalled for. He got county jail time, probably like 8 months or 9 months for $1 million. So he's basically saying the punishment is not enough for the crime. So a lot more people are doing it.
best defense is diligence and patience.
Yeah, we got to keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen, get those likes up. But I also want you guys to be cautious out there because I got caught myself last week with a rent check, sent it in. I'm wondering what's going on. I got a bing. Your rent has not been paid. What? That don't sound like me. I look at the check, swipe it over. Kenny Reyes. Next thing you know, Kenny Reyes down in VA cashed the rent check. Good thing about Chase, they saw it was a wash check. And yes, I still got to deal with it, but you know what? They put the money back on the account. Lucky me, I caught it early. So yes, you guys, if you're still using paper checks, and even if you're putting them in the post office, be careful. And I'm gonna say it because I got the truth, and I know that they did it to me. I put that check inside of the post office. So that's what happened. Somebody in that post office got some something going on over there. I don't know if Sticky Fingers from Onyx is working at the post office now, but somebody's sticky up in the post office. And it's not just one post office, it's a couple of them. Call me what you want. Yes, stole my check. I looked at the joint. Matter of fact, if I wasn't using the phone, I would be able to go right into my account and show you the person's name. Wasn't my signature, added $30 more to the check. How about that? Luckily, they didn't try to add 1,000 to it, right? And then left for rent. It's still the same number of the check. So what they have to do? I thought I was good. They said, no, we're gonna put the money back on the account, but we got more work to do. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, they've got your account now and your routing number. Had to get an automatic new routing number and a new account number, because then if not, they'll be using my account and all of my information, right? So luckily I was able to straighten that out. You guys, it happens to the best of us. I'm reporting it and I got caught. Don't think it can't catch you. I'm telling you now, and I'm showing myself as a perfect example. Let's move forward over to Inglewood. Inglewood's always up to no good. California, yes, knows how to party. They just hit this guy was only working his second day at the World Cup as a security worker. It just seems to me like he was a guy that was hardworking, that loved his family, probably didn't have a car, but still was doing what he could do to get to work. And yes, I told you guys yesterday, be careful when you're walking on roads, on the streets, on the sidewalks. Some people do it intentional, and some people will hit you out of mistakes. We've been reporting this all week as well. Let's get into this situation right here where the security guard is no longer alive after only 2 days on the job from working at the Los Angeles Stadium.
A family remembering a man tragically hit by a driver and killed on his way home from work. A new job working security for the World Cup. Aaron Avery was walking home from SoFi Stadium on his second day on the job when he was struck and killed. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam spoke with his family and has the story tonight.
Yes, you got to be careful about that. I used to have a little problem with Lyft too. I remember one time I used Lyft, and they were like keeping some money just in case or whatever that stupid policy was. That's when I basically stopped using them, because it's like they were like gauging how much the price was going to be, and then the next day they tell you what it is. You guys remember that little stupid thing that Lyft used to do or whatever that was? I don't like when people play around with my money. Let me know how much it's going to cost right now. Don't tell me the next day, oh, that was $17 instead of $12. You feel what I'm saying?
Aaron Avery was excited over his new job working as a security officer at SoFi Stadium during the World Cup games. But just 2 days into the job, tragedy struck. The 22-year-old was walking home when he was hit by a driver.
22 now. See, and he was doing his thing, working, family guy. Look at that.
The car stayed on scene, thankfully.
Citizen Act video shows the scene. It happened just before 10:30 p.m. Monday on Van Ness Ave. Aaron died the next day.
I'm crushed. This was the last thing that we would have ever thought would happen. He was just so young. I don't know that he had to endure that.
On Saturday, Aaron's family honored his memory by donating his organs and one legacy in Azusa. Relatives cried and said their goodbyes as staff lined the hallway as doctors wheeled Aaron's body to the operating room. Aaron donated his heart, lungs, liver, and kidneys. One legacy says he could potentially save up to 8 lives.
There's over 100,000 folks across the nation, nearly 19,000 Californians, who are waiting for a life-saving organ. And unfortunately, all too many folks pass away each day waiting for that gift.
Especially Black people, where the need is great. Last year, Black Americans made up 27% of candidates on the national wait list, majority of them waiting for kidneys. But only 15% of individuals on the donor registry were Black. Aaron's family is grateful his kind and funny spirit could live on in someone else.
I know this is our final goodbye, but at the same time, I know that something good is going to come out of it. You know, they have a part of him, and then maybe he could turn them into gamers.
Aaron's family says the person who hit and killed him has been detained under suspicion of driving under the influence. They set up a GoFundMe to support with final medical expenses. Experts say that a common barrier to people of color becoming organ donors is historic medical distrust. Tim Pulliam, ABC7, Eyewitness News.
A family remembering.
Yeah, you guys, you gotta stop being like that, because I am actually an organ donor too. Because just in case something happens, hey, use it. Just can't use these these are bad eyes of mine. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up to get more people over here, get more stories out like this, and we're gonna pray for Aaron right now. Want to pray for his family. Want to pray for the good man that he was striving to be. Want to pray for the foundation that brought him up. Looks like they're a great family that will had him in the right direction. Just so sad how he lost his life out there. Could have been glare. It could have been walking in the wrong side of the road. You guys just be careful out there when you're out there doing, living your life and doing what you have to do, especially when you're on highways and in the streets. I keep telling you, keep your eyes on the road and keep your eyes on what's going on, because it doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could be somebody else. Amen. Could have been trying to cross the road or something like that. Car came out of nowhere. Could have been all types of things, especially in the evening when it's hard to see. Oh boy, let's get on over to Arizona, where we got this food delivery man that found a toddler. Sad situation here. Found a toddler floating face down in an apartment pool. And the baby is now in critical condition. Not gone, but in critical condition, you guys. And then right after the dad came out and found out after the child was already found by the DoorDash delivery person. Let's get on over here to Arizona.
The child is still hanging on after he was rushed to the hospital this afternoon in extremely critical condition. I want to show you where this tragedy took place just about an hour or so ago. If we push in, you'll see this apartment complex pool. It's surrounded by yellow police tape. Fire crews were called out to this complex by a frantic 911 call. We're told a resident who lives here spotted this 3-year-old boy floating on top of the pool. He pulled the child out. A 911 operator walked him through CPR. Now, around this time, the child's father came out and paramedics arrived. At this point, Phoenix Fire says it's not clear how long this child was in the pool before that resident jumped into action. And just minutes ago, we spoke to this hero. Here is a piece of what he had to say.
I had to go the long way, and I'm kind of glad I came the long way because I saw the kid. Saw the poor little kid in the pool. I mean, you got to do what you got to do in that moment, even if it's, yeah. No, I just saw him, pull him out. Pops came over, tried to help him out. And, CPR is so important. He was trying to help him out.
We're also told at some point the child's father became overcome with emotion and had some sort of medical emergency of his own. He was taken to St. Joe's. The child, we're told, is at a separate hospital. Now, Phoenix police are still investigating how this happened, how long this child was in the pool before this resident noticed. Of course, you can count on us to keep you updated as we learn more throughout the afternoon and evening. For now, reporting live in Phoenix, I'm Molly McBride with Arizona's Family. Yes.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted and let you guys know what's going on with that case. Nobody else was reporting it, so I definitely felt like it was our responsibility. I want to pray for this child. I want to pray and make sure that, hopefully, I know that they're saying he's in critical condition. Hopefully he pulls through. And I want to say thank God for sending that angel the right way and in the right direction. He thought it was the long way and the wrong way, but it was actually the right way. Because if he wouldn't have been there, the baby would not even be in the situation that he's in now, where he has the chance to fight for his life. I want to pray for all of the medical staff, all of the doctors that's working on this case with this baby, and let's pray that the father can get through it too. I'm sure it's really hard for him as well. Probably a lot of people in the comments have their own choice of words that they want to say for that situation as well. But yes, we want to pray for the father as well. Amen. Woo! Let's keep on going, you guys. Yeah, please restore this child. We know only you can do it through the doctors, and you have elevated. Thank you so much, Kalesic. Let's go. Yeah, that was divine appointment right there. Let's get on over this other Fruitland Park situation where a body camera video released after a toddler runs into the highway. Yep, that's why she's crying up there. You see her right there? That's one of the people that work at a daycare center. She has her own daycare center. And the reason she's crying right now is because she's about to be, watch your head, arrested. Because for one moment, the child got away, ran onto the highway. She says he got out of the gate. That could be right. I think the entire building and entire structure needs a fence. Because if a fence was there as a second line of defense, they probably wouldn't have got out and got into the highway. Check it out, you guys. Let's get into this story.
First tonight, newly released body cam video of Fruitland Park after a 2-year-old boy got out of the daycare and ran out into the highway.
You heard it. 2-year-old boy got out of daycare and ran into the highway.
There's two different stories told by that daycare employee now facing a child neglect charge. I'm Lindsay Sublime.
And I'm Stuart Moore. Western TV Crumble Home is live for us after speaking with that little boy's mom. Hey.
So she said she's still shaken up about what happened. She wasn't ready to do an interview, but she did tell me that her son is okay. She said she has nothing bad to say about this daycare facility, but her son is no longer going there.
If there would have been that light would have been changed, cars would have been barreling down there. The baby would have been killed.
Body camera video released Thursday shows interviews with two people who tried to help a 2-year-old little boy who police say ran from Love and Hugs Learning Center and onto US Highway 27.
No, we got to go back. The name of the place is called Love and Hugs. I understand what they're saying about that little gate back there, but this whole place need a gate around it, period. You see what I'm talking about, right? Put it over here, right there, maybe close it off over there. Put a gate around all of this. Everywhere that's concrete, put a gate there. Gate, 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 gate. You can't get out that way.
And on to US.
Too much space open. Look at this. 2-year-old. He don't know no better.
Highway 27.
He made it all the way out to the highway.
It also shows what seems to be the first conversation between police and Amy Russo, the daycare employee now facing a child neglect charge for what happened here on June 12th. At first, she tells officers the gate to the back play area was unlocked, and the little boy got out but didn't get far.
The gate to the back gate area was unlocked. He got out but didn't get far. That's not enough, that little one gate.
An hour later, an officer speaks with Russo again. Her story stays pretty much the same, but it doesn't match with the other witnesses.
I'm going to allow you to be a little bit more truthful in what happened.
Now, what you should have did was say nothing, because everything that you say can be used against you in a court of law. All that right there is called Sean Ye. That's BS. He's trying to get some information out of you to solidify his case. Escaping love and hugs. Somebody said escaping love and hugs? Shannon, we're all lied to keep it inside our invisible fences. Okay, what else you guys got out of there? I had to look down while I was working because you were saying gate, but I was hearing gay, gay, gay. No, I was saying gate. Good morning, y'all. Just waking up. Okay, what else you guys got for me? Stay on topic, y'all. Let's stay on topic. People are so careless with kids. Thank you so much, Miss Keisha. I appreciate that. Okay, let's keep on going, y'all.
Eventually, Russo tells
What's
the
up,
officer
Jordan?
she was dealing with another child who was screaming, and when she last saw the little boy who ran into the street, he was on a slide. Next thing she knew, someone was on a walkie-talkie saying he was found by or in the road. She told the officer the gate wasn't unlocked like she said, and that the boy must have squeezed through it.
Well, isn't that a little bit? How the hell that little boy gonna squeeze through a wood gate? Come on, lady, we know you lying.
Than what you told me, because you told me that, the one time you didn't check the gate, it was open.
Yes, sir, it was different. Because I was doing what my boss told me to say because she didn't want to get the center shut down. But
Somebody said that they don't what did you say? What did you guys say? Good morning. She's trying all the lies.
what my boss told me to say because she didn't want to get the center shut down. But what I'm telling you now is what exactly what happened.
When we reached out to the daycare, they didn't address the claim Russo's boss asked her to tell a different story. But the owner did share with us a message she shared with parents, saying in part, while a mistake made by a staff member has led to recent media coverage, this incident does not define me, my daughter Siobhan, or our center as a whole. In the body camera video, after confirming the child was solely in Russo's care, the officer lets her know she's being arrested for
Now, how's she gonna keep up with a kid with all of that body weight? Come on now.
neglect.
Look at me, ma'am. That child was found in the median of the highway.
Yeah, so she got those silver bracelets. Even though she's big, they're one size fits all for everybody. Watch your head. Damn, no Chinese for lunch today. Oh, look at that Pizza Hut over there. Oh, I feel even worse than that Chihuahua over there. That's the feeling when you're in the back of that car, you guys. That's how it feels. And I didn't just make that up. I didn't just say Pizza Hut and Chinese restaurant because she's a big back, big back. I say that every time. Because when you're in the back of that car, like everything outside that window just looks so much better to you. That Chinese food, oh my God, especially where you're going. Oh my God, look at that pizza shop. It just looks so much more delicious since you can't have it. That's how it is. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen and get those likes up. Get more people over here. Zion is dying right now. Big back, big back. Yeah, my back is loaded up with cakes and delicious foods. Yeah, my big back has no rules. Keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go because we got to double down on. Nah, we got to open up the screen for this. I don't know if you guys understand that picture up there. Look at him. Do you see what he's doing? Come on now. You see what's being insinuated by the photo. You see what's being insinuated by the photo. I had to search long, hard, deep, and wide to find a picture of. Mom dummy, na is a supercat, nana use a dumb dummy. Na is a supercat, nana use a dumb dummy. Na is a supercat, nana use a dumb dummy. Dummy. Yes, he is. Oh my God. I'm talking about none other than our mayor, Mayor Zorhan Mamdami. And he is not helping out at all when it comes down to the rents. I'm not talking about no romance without finance. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not being official to his word, who I'm talking about. He's doubling down on what we call stupid because now as the Manhattan rents explode under Mamdami, you guys, $5,000 for rent. Where the hell do you work being able to pay that rent? I don't know. You living in Manhattan, more than likely, that's how much the rent is. $5,000, who can pay that?
Ron Donnie got elected to fix New York's housing affordability problems, but it's only gotten worse since he took office. New numbers show that the median Manhattan rent has hit a new record high at just over $5,000 a month, up 7% from last year. So I
And yes, they were shake weights.
don't know, maybe demonizing landlords is not a cure-all. I want to get a sharp opinion out of you today, Mike. So what do you think about
Had one yet.
I'm on this side.
I can see it both ways, says Michael B.
Like, of course this failed. Of course it did. Like, you're doubling down on stupid. All right. And like, it's more regulation, more government control has never, ever, ever led to lower prices.
Now, I can be smart enough to know when I could put a joke on top of a joke. Anybody remember He-Man and the Masters of the Universe? Hi, I am Adam, Prince of Eternia. And you remember him, right? Tell me this don't look like, what's his name? Man-E-Faces. He had just the helmet and his neck just couldn't connect right. You know what I'm saying? I got a neck. You can't front. Boogotti got a neck. You feel me? Man-E-Faces had the big helmet on and he had many faces that it turned to. All he needed is the hood. He looked just like Man-E-Faces. Lord have mercy. What's going on with your neck? AKA Benzino's brother.
Right? Like, what you have in New York is you have a supply problem, right? And that's caused by excess regulation. It's really hard to build here. It's really hard to develop. Okay, the cost of doing business through taxes and a whole. There are New York City government agencies that you can't even imagine but exist, just to make your life harder to do this or to do that. The layers of government, and so it's. You know, I live in Florida.
Ram Man, that's his name, Jordan. Ram Man, he had the flat on the top of his head.
More people in the city of New York, and we have a smaller budget than the city of New York. So, of course, this is going to fail. But look, Mondami was smart in that he said, hey, I realize this is a problem for you.
So he basically is telling the truth, though. Even though he got a head like Ram Man, he looks like a He-Man character, he is telling the truth. Because this is exactly what Mamdani did to trick people. This last sentence right here, check it out.
Of course, this is going to fail. But look, Mondami was smart in that he said, hey, I realize this is a problem for you, and I hear your pain, and I'm going to work really hard to solve that problem. Instead of talking about how good he is, how great he is, how much experience he has, he talked to the voter, he listened to the voter, and tried to articulate his concern. That's why he won. Of course, it wasn't going to work, but like when you're desperate and you've come through the education system that has been destroyed, you're like, hey, let's give it a try, even though, you know. Yeah, exactly.
It's just getting worse right here. You guys. I don't know who's going to be able to pay that rent right now. $5,100 for a 1-bedroom in Manhattan. 2 bedrooms going for almost $6,000 or $7,000. Who can afford that? People that's transplanting or what? That's why you got so many empty and vacant apartments out here. And they won't bring the prices down. You know why? Because that's going to make the property value go down. That's why they don't negotiate. Let's keep on moving forward over to Houston. We got this woman who's been charged with murder and a deadly carjacking. Oh, okay, Houston. Come on, get to the top. Get back over here, Houston. Let's see what's going on out in Texas.
Developing now, murder charges have been filed after a man was killed when someone took off with the SUV he was working on.
So he's working on the car. She jumps in it. I don't know if he was holding on to it or he got ran over. But yeah, she got a charge for this one.
Happened along Sheridan Oaks and Antoine yesterday morning. Houston police say the victim either held on or was dragged, but fell off about 50 yards away on Antoine and Hollyview Drive. He later died. Court documents allege the woman behind the wheel is Martha Padilla and that her 2 children were in the SUV at the time. Prosecutors are asking for her to be held in jail on a $200,000 bond. Developing.
Woo! I don't know how that happened. Sad situation right there. I don't know. Was that her? Was that his vehicle? But he was working on it. I don't understand. Want to pray for that man. A sad situation right there in Houston, you guys. Hopefully they get to the bottom of this. And sadly that those children were in that car. Not only that, but 2 families are now victims. Now she's got to deal with that. Her children are now affected, as well as his family that's got to deal with that. Got a lot of people that suffered out of one bad decision. Got to make better decisions in our lives out here, people, and just take our time before we think about doing something like that. Even though it wasn't road rage, it was rage. And at some point, when you're thinking outside the lines, you're not thinking with a rational mind, and we have no control when we're not thinking with a rational mind. Want to pray for all of the people that lost in this one, the children as well, and hopefully they can get this together, and pray for the family of the lost. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. Because now we got a situation, Houston via Italy. And do yourself a favor. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Trying to run through this news for all the people that got to get to work this morning, this Monday morning, my favorite day of the week. Why? Because they got to get up. I'm not really too cool on lazy. I don't like lazy. Sunday kicking around, no doubt. But Monday, it's time to get it. We back up on this bag. Let's do what we got to do. Let's get the work going. Let's get on over to Houston's via Italy. We got a man who cut off his ankle monitor and fled to Italy. His name is Lee Gilly. Now, the victim's family wants to know, if he left, why are there people living in their daughter's house? What's going on with that? And this man says, it's my house. I own it now. Put up cameras and everything. Until they went to the state and said that he actually doesn't own it. I guess they got a court battle that they got to get through. Let's see what's going on with this Gilly situation.
Twist in the Lee Gilly case. He's the Hines husband who cut off his ankle monitor and fled to Italy to avoid standing trial for his pregnant wife's murder.
And now the victim's family wants to know who's living in their dead daughter's house. This all came to a head at a child custody hearing this afternoon in Harris County. Krista Gilly's father says he recently went to the home on Alston Street and testified in court that he saw other people living there and no trespassing signs on the door. So we sent ABC 13 Tony Atkins to check it out. Tony, this story's already generated headlines internationally, and now this.
Shannon, you never stop paying somebody. And that's why it seems like to me sometimes renting is better, even though it's much more. But because when you own, everything is on you and you're responsible. And yeah, you may slide a couple of months and be able to take care of certain things. But when something hits a owner, you got to take care of all of it. And you're responsible, whether it's water, whatever, electrical. And that stuff is not cheap when you're the owner. Thousands of dollars, if that.
Yeah, and there's even more, Erica. So at this house right now, you can see the lights are out. I knocked on the door. I rang the doorbell earlier today with no answer. And within the past hour, we heard from Houston police. They say just yesterday, they responded to a trespassing call at this house. And the person on the other side of the doorbell, when they rang it, said that they had ownership of this house, not the Gillies.
So you basically got a real serious squatting situation going on over here.
Reported the person at the home to H+OUR.
All right, Sam.
A man would only speak to officers through a doorbell speaker, claiming he was the owner of the house and could prove it in court. So we went to the house today and we saw the new cameras, no trespassing signs, as well as a notice of possession and control up saying that the house is now owned by an LLC called Save a Life Homes. We went through real estate records tonight and learned Save a Life Homes filed an affidavit of adverse possession and a warranty deed on May 21st, which is about 3 weeks after investigators say Lee Gilly fled the U.S. for Italy.
Seemed like somebody sold that house on the low or somebody trying to steal that house for the dough.
The company claiming ownership saying it now occupies and maintains the property.
Yeah, you lucky, Jack.
I called the owner of the listed company to confirm the claims with no answer. And despite this claim, Harris County records still list the Gillies as owners of the property. In court today during child custody hearings, Krista Gilly's father says he was shocked to see the new signs and cameras up at the house. And officers tell us after confronting the man through that doorbell camera, they then contacted the district attorney's office, who then turned it over to the constables to sort out civilly. Reporting live in the Heights tonight, Tony Atkins, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, they got to figure that out. I don't know what happened because we don't know either. We don't know if he probably got. We don't know if that man that was like, you know what, the one that was leaving to go to Italy, he probably was like, yo, give me $20,000 and I'll sell you the house. We don't know if he did that. We don't know. We don't know if he tried to get a little bit of, dough or whatever like that. Exactly. You know, we don't know. Even though it's illegal, we don't know. Let's keep on moving forward now because we got to get on over to Dallas. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the old school JR, who shot JR. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the real Dallas. We got video shows an officer that's rescuing drivers. I told you guys that water out there. Anybody see these floods going on? I mean, I heard about the thunder and the lightning. But what about the floods? Anybody had to experience this? Do we know of anybody in our family that had to deal with this? Watch this water, you guys. Check this out.
How's she gonna open the? She's gonna have to roll the window. She's not gonna be able to open the door.
It was that bad in Dallas.
That's crazy.
Anybody in Dallas? Anybody know about this flooding in Louisiana as well? Those are the cars that they'd be like, yeah, really cheap, you guys. We got it for a good hot price right now. After they let all the water go out and they dry everything up. Yeah, $2,500 just for you. Meanwhile, you don't know it was caught in the flood. Be careful when you buy cars from certain places. They told me that about Houston. Don't be caught up buying those flooded cars. Look at that. Michelle said I was right in the house too. See? That one song says you better check for rust.
They're knee deep too. Yeah.
The only ones that's really safe a little bit right now are the trucks because the motorists are sitting in the bed. But still, when that water rises and got your motor sitting in that water like that with oil and all of those parts and stuff like that, that's the last thing you want is water in your motor. Trust me, that's a serious problem right there. Not only that, but the structure of the vehicle gets really weak over the time. Imagine driving in a rusty car, the frame how it is.
I told him to go to the doctor. Oh my gosh.
And as you can see, it's waist high. Now this ain't it. I saw some more stuff just like this. Now watch this.
Oh, look at that. That way.
Now if you see those are stairs, that's probably like 4 levels of stairs right there. So it gives you an idea how high that water was yesterday, you guys. Look at this.
See? No, he's in there. I think that's his sign. He's in there. He's in there.
Yeah, he got his lights on in the van until the lights go out because of the electrical. You better turn them lights off and everything if you're trying to do anything to salvage that vehicle. Craziness right there. Look at that. Those people would try to drive through the water, get stuck, no sense. The floods were horrible. I had to buy new shoes this weekend. See, that's okay. Okay, what do you got, Shannon? Okay, I'm sorry I missed you, Shannon. Wow, that flood is so crazy. The tail end is up. It's good until it gets to ECU or the intake. Once that happens, you're done, right? Angry. It's a good thing when the water's not moving fast. It was it was that bad. 100%. I miss my Hummer. Yeah, the Hummers can get through that, but it has to be moving. But you don't even want that sitting in the water like that. It's crazy that it's like that now. It's like that now a lot. And in Louisiana, it's getting even worse. We got to keep on moving forward now. We got to get on over to Los Angeles, where we got 3 people in critical condition and 25 people have been injured after a semi-truck plows through 210 freeway on the center divider. Let's keep on moving, you guys.
We got breaking news in Irwindale this morning where officials responded to reports that a semi-truck into a divider on westbound lanes of the 210 freeway. Multiple vehicles were involved in this accident. As of right now, at least 3 people are said to be in critical condition. We are told there are 25 other people 25 other people with minor injuries.
That's a lot right there. We're not even going to wait on this prayer right here. We're going to do this right now. That's right. You know how we do, Angry. We're going to pray for those 3 people that are in critical condition, as well as the 25 that are in the hospital and that are affected by this tragedy. We want to pray for hopefully a 100% recovery as well as much as possible, you guys. And please make sure that you guys are safe out there on those roads. We always say that. Not, it doesn't always have to be you. It could be somebody else. Amen. Let's go.
There is a SIG alert in place for an unknown amount of time. As of right now, no word on what caused this crash. If you are traveling today, especially again on the 210 where this happened, prepare to avoid this area. Can't believe that number, 25 with minor injuries.
Now, you guys are gonna probably be angry at me for what I'm about to say, but I got tough skin. I can take it. I can take it. If you want to get angry with me, no problem. But I think that this father is responsible partially for the situation I'm about to tell you about in Brentwood. You guys, let's get those likes up, get many more people over here. Also, pick up the phone. Oh, I'm watching Boogotti on my phone. Let me double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, instead of doing the super chats, let's just go ahead and $sign if you really want to look out for the show. We'd rather you do the Cash Apps. It's Cash App Boogotti Cash instead of Big Brother who takes their cut. So that's BOOGOTTI Cash. Really appreciate you guys for all the help out and all the donations that you put forth. Even though they're trying to suppress us, we're still #1 and we only got 18 days left. We can't wait. Let's keep on going to Brentwood, Long Island, where we got video that shows a dad outside of a smoke shop where he left his kids in a car, and now a carjacker tried to take the car with his kids in the vehicle. And he, of course, was able to stop the carjacker, got to the door and argued with him. And some other man that was inside of the store came out and helped the children. Like I'm saying in the beginning, I do not think that the children should have been left in the vehicle in the first place. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. You guys can agree or disagree with me, but that's how I feel about it.
Frantic father on Long Island helped stop a would-be carjacker from driving away with his 2 children in the car. And it was all caught on camera. Happened in Brentwood outside a smoke shop. Carolyn Gussoff has more.
What you doing going to a smoke shop for anyway? What you got the kids in the back? What you going to buy out of there, bro? I mean, I hope you ain't smoking in front of the kids, no cigarettes or whatever it is, because secondhand smoke is even worse. So that's a whole nother question, but we can keep going.
Lots of folks running for a quick stop at this Brentwood candy and smoke shop. But on Tuesday afternoon, one man left his car running and a thief instantly seized the opportunity. Surveillance video shows the suspect dashing behind the wheel and trying to drive away with 2 children in the back seat.
But he was calling help. He was calling like everyone, like anybody to help them.
Omar Shabane owns the store. He says the kid's father ran frantically and tried to yank the man out while his 5- and 6-year-old kids were crying inside. The would-be carjacker refused to budge. He reached into the passenger side and managed to put the car into park.
He was standing in gas. He want to run with the car.
With the kids in it.
With the kids, with everyone. I think the kids out at the same moment.
The suspect still refusing to exit the driver's seat. Suffolk police had to get him out.
The children were aged 5 and 6. Look at that right there. El Jodero says GTA 6 vibes.
Police arrested Mustafa Atia, a 23-year-old from Ronkonkoma who pleaded not guilty and faced.
I want to say it, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. Now, that's stupid. Leave your car running with your kids and your keys inside. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely the father's fault. He should know better. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that, because many people are going to be like, no, Boogotti, you shouldn't say that about the pops. He's stupid. You out of your mind. Those kids was 5 and 6 years old or something like that.
Faces a host of charges.
And yeah, some people do smoke in front of their kids. Some people do, the janky ones. That's right. I ain't trying to tell you not to smoke, but don't smoke in front of your kids.
Including attempted grand larceny, endangering the welfare of a child, and criminal drug possession. Customers were weighing in on the frightening close call.
I just would never do that. Some things you just don't do in case situations like that. But it's like, here was a smoke shop. It's like literally you can park here in and out.
I just don't get how come parents do that. Like,
Me, I put gas and I lock my kids, like even just to get out of the cars.
A carjacking foiled, a tough lesson learned.
She said when she putting gas in her car, she locked the kids inside the car. You see how serious she is? That's how you got to be responsible.
In Brentwood, Long Island, Carolyn Gussoff, CBS News, New York.
El Jadedor says, yeah, he's such a good father, huh? Babies are 5 and 6. I do not smoke in front of them. You don't do that. My dad smoking in front of me made me not want to smoke. That's actually a good thing, Jeffrey. I smoke in front of adults. I get the nastiest of looks. But the kids don't got, they can't do nothing about it. And their lungs are so young, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. Their lungs are so young. You don't want to do that, Brandon. I feel you. You can't. You're not supposed to. And that you don't want them experiencing nothing like that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen because we got some more situations coming on scamming. I'm not talking about stabbing. Remember that Jamaican song? What is the meaning of stabbing, cabin? That's when you got the girl in the house and you're just loving. And the season is well seasoning. That was my joint right there. Stabbing. Woo, that was my joint. Stabbing, cabin. Ooh, y'all don't know nothing about stabbing. That was my joint right there. But no, this is a little different right here. It's not the same. We got a situation over here where issues. What we got going on over here? Where we at? It's scamming, not stabbing. But it remind me of stabbing, because that was my joint. What is the meaning of stabbing? That's when you have a girl in your house and you're just loving. Y'all remember that song? And the season is well seasoned. That was my joint right there. Let's get on over to the experts as they issue warnings on scamming devices. That's right, you guys. We're talking about credit card scamming devices. You guys be careful out there because we've been talking about scams all day, talking about people trying to get over on you, stealing your cars, talking about all sorts of things. All I can do is try to warn us, and I'm sometimes I'm a victim too. So sometimes they even catch me. All of us can't get around it. That's why I do as much as I can to try to explain to you guys. This man comes into the store. He tries to give the lady a $100 bill to make change. He thinks she's going to be taking some time to make that change. What is he doing? Trying to put the scamming and tracking machine on the dial pad. But he got caught, and he got caught locked up. Let's go, you guys. Didn't work with that $100 bill trick, did it? Watch this.
A suspect caught in the act trying to plant a card skimmer right in the checkout line. And these devices are popping up at more and more businesses, and they're being used by thieves to drain your bank account. Amanda Callahan is a reporter live with a look at the video and what to look out for when you are shopping. Amanda.
Well, Stephanie, credit card skimmers are not new. Criminals have been using.
No, he gave her the 100 so she could spend some time making change for him. So he have time to try to put the device on.
Them for quite some time to steal your credit or debit card information. Now, a lot of us shoppers have known how to spot them now, but now these thieves are getting a little more savvy using devices that are not visible to the naked eye.
See, Jolena? Yeah.
This man. Bridgeport police are looking to track him down after he attempted to attach a skimming device to a credit card reader at the Gallo Foods supermarket on East Main Street Wednesday morning. Security footage from the store shows the man hand the cashier a $100 bill to pay for his items. While she's looking to make change, he tries to attempt to attach a device that's used to steal credit card information. But before he can get it hooked up, the cashier sees what he's doing and calls for security. The man then takes off on foot with the skimming device. And this is just one instance of people trying to steal personal information.
So can I keep this hundo? Matter of fact, this is what you do, boo. You be like, oh yeah, he was trying to put that on there. That 100 is yours, boo. You don't got to give that to them. He ain't buying nothing. Rewind. Come now, selector. He was out of there. He was booking it. You know what his shirt said? Just do it. Try to get up out there like the Nike sign.
The cashier sees what he's doing and calls for security. The man then takes off on foot with the skimming device. And this is just one instance of people trying to steal personal information.
Oftentimes, we hear about incidents at gas stations or ATMs where an attendant wouldn't necessarily be looking at the device. They're not near the terminal.
Kristen Johnson with the Better Business Bureau says scammers are getting even more savvy. There's a new.
How is that evidence? What are you talking about, Money Tree? Nah, it ain't have nothing to do with the situation. Look, he came over here and I was about to run the transaction. This is the smart part, Money Tree. Bust this out right here. We go. I was about to run the transaction. He was going to use his credit card. You feel me? So he's messing with the thing with his credit card, and I caught him putting the thing on there. I don't know what you mean about no $100. I ain't see all that. I'm just playing with you guys.
The threat to look out for that's even harder to spot, shimming. With shimming, they actually put the device that's going to capture your personal information on a metal strip that's really the size of a credit card. And it's paper thin. It goes inside and it can capture information off of a chip reader, whereas typically scanning cannot do that. Johnson says the biggest red flag with shimming is if your card feels tight inside the machine, but stores are doing their best to stay on top of.
That means the shimmer is taking all your information as you're doing that. Oh man. No, you guys, it don't pay to do anything crooked. Let me tell you something. The best money I ever made was doing it legal. I've never been able to take anything from anybody. I never was good at it. I told you guys the first attempt when I tried to take that guy's wallet when I was a little kid, bumped into him. You know, the bump, and then you take the wallet. I got it. I was like, yes, I got the wallet. Next thing you know, me and my friend, this goes to show you how old we were. I was probably in the 5th grade. Me and my buddy, we went to the discount store on Broadway. I'm not talking about no regular, I'm talking about like a 99-cent store where they sold some clothes. This happened to have clothes at the 99-cent store. So I looked at the Hawaiian suit. Why did I say Hawaiian suit? Because it had all of these floral patterns on it and everything. And the material was real like silky. And my boy, he saw an orange one, right? So I said, yo, you know, I got such and such for his wallet. Let's go buy something. Why did we go buy these Hawaiian suits? He bought a Hawaiian suit and I bought a Hawaiian suit. But of course, I can't bring that in my house. My mother gonna be like, where the hell did you get this Hawaiian suit from? I leave the Hawaiian suit at his house. He wears his. So now he's showing off and all of that or whatever. Like, yeah, my boy got one too. Blah, 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 blah. He lets my sister see it because they friends too. Who goes to tell? That's right. Always one to be the snitch. She goes and tells my mother. It gets back to my dad. Whole nother situation comes out where now it's a teaching point. Like, see how much I'm telling you guys right now about this little story? How much I got to tell you backstory about it? I didn't make this up. I got this from my dad. So now he comes around and oh boy, you're not going to get a spanking, but you're going to wish for one. Because the tongue lashing he going to give you is going to make you feel low, 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 low. Boy, you know how long I've been working? I work 2 jobs. Blah, blah, blah. I don't never take from nobody. Bloom, bloom, bloom. And I'm over here like, oh my God. Yes, Dad. You're right. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, come on, let's go to this boy's house. He takes me to the boy's house. How much money did he take from you? Take the money out of his pocket, gives me $100 right in front of the kid, and then he gives the kid his like $50 back. He wanted to do it in front of the kid. Tell you the truth, I didn't want that money he gave me right in front of that kid. I felt stupid taking it. He's like, no, 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 take it, take it, take it. The kid went inside. He said, you know the reason why I gave you that money? Because you don't have to steal from anybody. I need you to understand that. You could have asked me for that. Didn't have to do that. So now I'm feeling stupid that I did it. Now I'm feeling stupid that he didn't really do nothing about it. He gave the kid the money. And on top of that, he gave me the $100 and I can keep it. Man, I ain't want to do no stupid stuff like that again at all. After that, I said, you know what? I'm going to work. I'm going to just be like my dad. So I just did a lot of work and always been like him. That's why I got a lot of other stuff going on. Written 9 books and all of that stuff because you got to have multiple sources of income coming in some kind of way to make things happen. And that's basically how it is. My morals are totally different. I don't believe in stealing at all. I don't like it. I don't see the benefit of it. Like, you know, when you get away with something and you feel like joyous in having it, that's not the same benefit that I get from working and getting it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not really good at it and I never really tried to do it again. Keep on moving forward now because we got to get on over to our health and wellness section. One of my favorite sections. If Dad was around, he would love this section too. This episode is dedicated to Miss Swanza. This entire episode today is dedicated to our family member, Miss Swanza, who we're constantly praying for right now that's going through a bad time because she lost her sister to the C word. That's right, cancer. And in recognition of cancer, I'm going to just tell you guys straight up and down. I didn't know if you wanted to deal with this. I didn't know if you want to go through the technicalities of what he's going to be saying because it's not a lot of, a lot of bells and whistles going on with this. It's real information. I mean, and I know that we're smart and intelligent people, so a lot of us are going to stick around for it because it's important. But you know, if you're looking for like a lot of high animation and certain stuff going on right now that's not about anything, this is not the video. This is the one right now. Actually, it's going to help us when it comes down to cancer, preventing, and different things like that. What is a T cell? Things of that nature. Malignancy. Many different areas. We're going to only have to run through this for less minutes than we always. I'm actually almost pleading with you guys right now, because all of our other videos in the health and wellness section are about 15 minutes long. And you guys actually stick around for that. I'm saying to myself, they might not for this one because of what it's saying. But I'm just going to ask you guys, for me and for us and for the understanding of educating yourself if you don't already know about cancer, please stick around and watch this entire episode. It's not a guarantee that you're going to love it. I'm just going for mines right now. I really want you guys to see this episode, and it's very important to me as well as the Swanza family. This is from me to you guys as well as our bottom line. This episode right here is dedicated to Miss Swanza, probably one of the most important health and wellness episodes that I've ever hosted. Introduction to cancer. We're going to go into remission. Cancer is actually a parasite, something that a lot of people do not know. That's why certain medications actually work against this parasite. Amen. And that's another reason why a lot of modern day and regular natural remedies can prevent this parasite from growing. We need to pay attention to this parasite because we've been talking about carcinogens, we've been talking about oils, we've been talking about dyes and extracts and things like that, fragrance, and all of these things that derive that can make us get cancer. As I'm starting to look at this video, I'm like, wait a minute, 79% of young people are getting cancer now. So there's no longer an age where you can be like, yo, Boogotti, this is some OG stuff. This is too old or whatever like that. Nah, bro. We got people that's in their 20s, 30s that's getting cancer right now. Why? Bad diet, bad things that we're allowing into our bodies, toxins, and much more. So if I can prevent us from getting cancer and preventing us from moving forward with any bad toxins in our body, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a co-friend of ours named Dr. Eric Berg to explain this entire thing, because when he started breaking it down, it made a lot of sense. It's going to go fast. Stick in with me. Trust me, you guys. This is our health and wellness section. Very important to me today, dedicated to the Swanza family. Cancer is a parasite. Dr. Eric Berg, DC. Period. Let's do it. Let's get into it right now, you guys. Let's go.
Is actually a parasite, believe it or not. And the cure costs $5.
The cure costs $5 and also early prevention. Don't just think the cure, oh, it's only going to be $5, because if it was like that, people would still be alive. But also early prevention and utilizing the certain strategies and certain things that we have to be on top of. Remember also, cancer is a very smart disease. It can adapt. So we got to keep adapting with it.
Drug designed to kill parasitic worms just helped 3 stage 4 cancer patients into complete remission. And absolutely no major cancer center will run a clinical trial on it. How does a drug that kills parasites also kill cancer? At the molecular level, cancer really is a parasite. It consumes your resources, it spreads into new territory, and cancer runs the exact same survival machinery that parasites and fungi have been using for billions of years.
So when you haven't been able to get rid of that fungi because it's just a concentrated little thing that's always on you, it's kind of like the same thing as a worm, a parasite, fungi, the way that it just sits there, and then after a while it just takes over. And because it runs off of like energy, yes, it runs off energy, it has no problem with duplicating. Kind of like it's much different from worms. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go.
In 2025, over 2 million Americans were diagnosed with cancer. Cancer in young people is up 79% in 30 years.
So stop all of that. It's only for old people and older stuff. It's the food that you're eating now. That's why you're now more susceptible to getting cancers, because of the ultra processed foods, all of the fast foods, all of that whipped up bake that stuff that we're eating, like those Eggo waffles and things like that. All of that all of the stuff like that, the stuff that's made processed, high processed foods, are making it now to the point where more younger people are getting cancer, and more colon cancer now, which used to be like the fifth on board, is now the number one that they're calling out right now. Come on, y'all.
Colorectal cancer went from the fourth leading cause of cancer death in young men in the 90s to number one. And I just want to mention something about survival rates too. If anyone ever tells you that they're improving, realize that survival success in cancer means this: if you survive for 5 years, it's a success.
That's like a doctor talking to you, because they go directly with technicalities. It's technical. What we think of surviving with cancer is, "Woo, I beat cancer, and I'm gonna live a fantastic life." Okay, but in some terms, success in cancer words, oh, he died after 5 years. Well, we did say that he was going to probably live 5 years. That's their terminology of success, is what we're talking about. They're talking about. We don't even want to be able to use those terminologies. We don't even want to be. We don't even want to be associated with that. No, no, no.
Tells you that they're improving, realize that survival success in cancer means this: if you survive for 5 years, it's a success, okay? And so if you die past the 5 years, you're still considered successful. So first, let me give you a little foundation of what cancer is. The first thing you need to know is, in your cells, you have these things called mitochondria. Those are the energy factories in the body. And from every unit of glucose, you make 36 units of energy. They call that ATP. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of how it morphed in our bodies and became part of us, but we made an arrangement that the mitochondria makes the energy, and we provide the home for this bacteria. When it's exposed to toxins or radiation and it becomes damaged, now it's going to actually take a different pathway to make energy, okay? Because in the body, it's all about energy. When it reverts into this other system of making energy, this is an ancient system, okay? And it's not very efficient. It's a backup system outside the mitochondria. This system exists in bacteria, it exists in funguses, it exists in all different types of life forms.
Okay.
And this system of energy is very crude, and it doesn't make a lot of energy. It's very inefficient. And when I say inefficient, the mitochondria make 36 units of energy per glucose. This only makes 2 units of energy per glucose.
But the type of energy is what we got to be concerned with.
This is what cancer is, okay? A Nobel Prize winner named Otto Warburg discovered this nearly 100 years ago. And this is why, when they diagnose cancer, they use a PET scan. What is a PET scan? Well,
a PET scan is radioactive sugar that they put inside of your body, and then they put you inside of a CAT scan, and whatever area lights up, that's the part of the body that the cancer is at, and it's eating those part of that sugars. This is some serious stuff right here. A PET scan to see what parts of your body possibly have cancer.
Inject you with radioactive sugar, and then scan the body with this machine, and then the cancer will light up very bright on these scans. And so when you do a PET scan, they can see areas in the body where there's a lot of metabolism of sugar. Okay, that's where you have cancer, because cancer is eating that up. So cancer is using this old backup system. It's a primitive survival mode called glycolysis. One of the problems for our cells is there's a lot of waste from this crude machinery, and it's producing a lot of lactic acid. And cancer can thrive in that environment where our cells have a hard time. If there's damage in your lung from smoking, for example, and there's inflammation, cancer might travel into that area.
If you're smoking and you got inflammation, it's going to go to those areas because that's where it thrives at. It's going to thrive in those areas. If you got certain other diseases going on or areas where you're a little immune at, it's going to thrive in those areas. You feel where he's going with this? That's why we got to pay attention, you guys. Now, let's go.
Now, I will say that cancer also has some backup plans too, because it's very, very adaptive. It can also live on an amino acid called glutamine. It also can live on branched chain amino acids.
Just the graphic alone makes me angry. I'm telling you, just what it's doing makes me angry. So when I start seeing the way to fight it, that's when I get really happy. It's like it's like a movie. What I love about this episode right here, because now we're gonna figure out how to prevent it and how to beat up these cells and what we need to do it. And in advanced cases, it can even live on ketones. That's for a different video. And I know this sounds depressing because, like, what are we going to do? Just hang in there. I'm getting there. So now what does cancer have to do with parasites? Well, if you think about it, the backup system, glycolysis, okay, is one of the oldest metabolic pathways on planet Earth. Researchers have identified 3 different survival systems that parasites, fungus, worms, and cancer all use to survive. The first one is an internal scaffolding. The scaffolding is an internal skeleton that makes up the structure. And what's very unique about cancer and parasites is they both are rapid dividers. Like even a tapeworm, for example, can produce 50,000 eggs a day. Cancer cells divide. No, we got to go back. We got to go back because you guys, that was an illustration of a tapeworm. He said a tapeworm can make 50,000 eggs per day. And that's just a tapeworm spitting out in your body. Cancer immediately takes over because it runs off of energy and it's just waiting to be activated. That's the crazy part. Tapeworm, try to get rid of it, get rid of whatever's there, boom, you're clear. Cancer, it spreads everywhere. And that's why you have to do the radioactive stuff and all of that. Have to do all of that stuff because it spreads and because that's the only thing that can actually get to it. Let's keep on moving forward. I want you guys to hopefully you're getting a lot out of this information. It's very informative to me. I learned a lot about it. And again, we're dedicating this episode to Miss Swanza and her family, as well as her sister who lost her life to cancer. Even a tapeworm, for example, can produce 50,000 eggs a day. Cancer cells divide nonstop because they basically don't have any more breaks. It's all accelerator. And so if we take an anti-parasitic drug, fenbendazole, this is a drug that grabs onto these little tubular proteins and breaks the scaffolding down. Now, when my friend lost his life, he had pancreatic cancer. When they started doing tests on him, they said it had spread throughout his entire body. That's why when I see that graphic, I can understand now what they're talking about now. After a while, when you have not taken care of it, you have not done anything about it, and when it goes, it just goes. And you can't really stop it. He got to the point where he was just in hospice until he lost his life. And all of these other anti-parasitic drugs, whether it's ivermectin, natural herbs like wormwood, black walnut hull. And so these are things that I don't want to not pay attention to. I'm not going to let him get around those words and those certain names and stuff like that to make sure that we're not understanding. Because I look at this stuff like we cheating right now. Especially we can find certain things that's going to get us around or help us not get these situations and fight against these situations and these cells. That's right. So I slow down when it come down to stuff like, oh yeah, what can we use? Wormwood, black walnut hull, and clove. We've been talking about clove for a long time. Thank you, Raphael Sink. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Do you have a favorite football team for the West Coast? Actually, for the World Cup, actually I don't. And if I said it, you probably get mad at me because I don't follow sports, and I probably should. Probably should. Let's keep on moving forward. Who are you going for though? That would be interesting. I like Rondo. I know that's one thing I can say. Specific drugs, whether it's ivermectin, natural herbs like wormwood, black walnut hull, and clove, do the same thing either directly or indirectly. So now you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, right? But when I find out stuff like this, I start incorporating things like this into my diet and into my life. I want to start dealing with clove. You're going to see me drinking clove tea now, clove water, finding ways to incorporate wormwood. That's how I get down. So yeah, that's what you're going to be hearing about soon in the next episodes. The second survival mechanism is they turn off this self-destructive button. Normally, when there's damage within a cell, it actually commits suicide for the greatest good of your body. Now, we got Jax over here who must be spam or don't know what the HELL hockey sticks is going on. He says, if you're worried about cancer, don't take advice from YouTube. He's trying to be sweet, a little sweet. He got a skirt on right now with high pumps. He said, don't take advice from YouTube, go see a doctor. We already know about that, Jax. So if you're spam, let it be known, because what you probably should do is take those high heels off and them pumps. Because we grown folks over here, bro. How about saying something that's going to be actually conducive to the conversation. This is information for us to be educated about. Maybe someone doesn't know. Maybe someone doesn't know the certain symptoms or whatever like that. And maybe this can springboard them. But trying to undermine what we're doing on the Our Bottom Line health and wellness section, it's not a good idea. And I'll get you out of here for that. I got the power. Trust me. Let's keep going.
These parasites, these fungus cancer cells, have this little sign on them that says, "Don't kill me."
I like this part because this scares me right here. I'm like, wait a minute, how you gonna have something up in front of you like "Don't kill me"? Now it's like this thing is gonna prevent it from actually doing what it's supposed to do because your immune system and certain cells, T cell, is supposed to fight things like that. So now we got these certain cells that are in our body that are actually really strong and manipulative to try to throw our immune systems off. Now watch what happens with this. Doesn't work because our immune system adapts to it as well. Very smart immune system that we have here. Check this out.
Okay, and this somehow tricks the immune system into thinking that it shouldn't kill them. The antiparasitic drugs and natural remedies actually just remove this little badge so that way your immune system can take over and kill them.
See, that's the good guy that I like. That's the good guy I was talking about earlier when the bad guy cancer was doing this thing. This is the good guy we like, the immune system. Why do we always talk about eating good food? We see it in the comments. Eating natural vegetables, our leafy greens, good stuff for our body, because we got to build up that immune system, you guys. Let's go.
So a lot of people ask me, what supplements do I recommend? Now, of course, I'm not biased
Believe.
to my own high-quality supplement line, but if you go to Amazon and type Dr. Rick supplements, you'll find more information. Now, let's talk about the third mechanism of survival, okay? All the parasites, the fungus, all use glycolysis. Well, these antiparasitic remedies basically start blocking either directly or indirectly glycolysis.
There we
So
go.
all of these antiparasitics inhibit the fuel source for cancer. And when I was looking into the ivermectin and fenbendazole, I didn't even realize that the other herbal natural remedies that a lot of people take for parasite cleanses also do a very similar action, indirectly and directly.
Please watch this later to get the ingredients of these different things. I think that this is information is like gold for us. We need to start realizing and understanding how to use it. Let's not use the ivermectin and all of that other stuff. Maybe we can start off with the natural things and start using teas, incorporating these different things into our food to fight the bad stuff that we already have in our system or that's in our foods. I'm thinking like that too. If I'm wrong, let me know.
The question is, why haven't you heard about this? Well, first of all, the patents expired years ago, and no one's going to spend $100 million on a $12 remedy. Most of the research, which I'm going to put links down below, are from universities in South Korea, India, and small labs.
They're non-profits. So a lot of this information, they're not going to promote it because they want to give you with the ivermectin. They want to get you to buy the expensive stuff, the stuff that they're going to make their money off of, the stuff that is patented. They can't make no money off of clove and wormwood. You feel me?
No industry funding, no conflicts of interest. There's also quite a bit of published case studies documenting these antifungal results in stage 4 patients with cancer that have resistance to chemotherapy.
There are certain cells that have resistance to chemotherapy. We got to be careful about those, but we still have ways to get around those too. Let's go.
Another interesting study in 2025, fenbendazole targets regular cancer cells and cancer stem cells. These are the seeds that survive chemo.
Stem cells. He said that those are the ones that we just talked about. We just said that. Stem cells, they can survive chemo. So we still have T cells that can actually fight that off. Let's get those double taps that screen and get those likes up, you guys. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? If you like the content, let us know with a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let's go.
Enrico tumors, 100% survival in treated mice, 0 in untreated controls.
I want to say that you're right before we even let that scroll up. El Jaderon, yes, you're right. Fasting is always good. And we're going to break it down with 5 or 6 different things that we're going to use to combat this. That's one of them. I love the fact that you already know what's going on. That means that you've done your homework.
5 chemo and regrow tumors, 100% survival in treated mice, zero in untreated controls. These compounds even work in chemo-resistant cancers. So yes, you need to cut out the sugar and the refined carbs and the refined grains and the refined starches because all of that will feed cancer. And I know some people are going to have the questions, if I have cancer, do I have to also avoid glutamine and branched chain amino acids and ketones? That information is in another video I'm going to put down below, because what you want to do if you have cancer, and I'm not telling you to try these remedies or not try them. I'm just giving you information to do further research. But if you have cancer, you need to do multiple things because cancer is very smart. And there's a video I did that talks about how to rotate the diet. So as soon as the cancer starts adapting to one fuel source, you change it to another diet and you keep rotating it. But the other thing you have to realize is that the immune system really is the most powerful thing to kill cancer.
That's right, you guys. Your own immune system. That's why you got to make sure you stay defensed up. That's why I tell you guys you got to work out. Exercise is very important because even though cancer might come at you and it might knock at you, you're gonna need that extra weight. You're gonna need that extra muscle because what does it always do? It's a parasite. It's gonna suck something out of you. So if you're already small, or already not taking care of yourself, or already, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take that much more from you. That's what it does. It's the parasite.
And there's two cells, one called the killer T cell, and number two is the natural killer cell. Both of these.
Now that T cell is very important. You guys always hear about T cells, the T cell account, the T cell. What's your T cell numbers? Because that's your line of defense, the T cells.
Immune cells directly kill cancer. And there's four things you can do to support these two cells.
Now we coming up on your stuff. Now we coming up on your stuff, money tree right here.
Okay. Number one, you can start to increase your vitamin D levels, but you don't want to just take a little bit of vitamin D, like 600 IUs. That's not enough for the immune system, especially for these two guys right here. Fasting, regular fasting and prolonged fasting is probably the most powerful weapon. I've done a lot of videos on that, and I talk about why. Sleep also helps to support these two cells, and exercise.
Sleep, because it's rejuvenating. Your other parts of your body are not being worked like normal. You're not working. Your digestion is just doing what it has to do. Your body recovers when you're sleeping, or your cells recover when you're sleeping. Best time for them to fight is when you're sleeping, because they don't have to do concentration on other stuff. They can concentrate on what they got to concentrate on. I'm talking about your cells.
So given that information, the antiparasitics, both medication and even some of the natural remedies, have the ability to dismantle the survival mechanism of not just parasites and worms, which are basically the same thing, but also cancer. Why? Because cancer behaves like a parasite. Now, the absolute next most important video for you to watch is what to eat when you have cancer, okay? And how to rotate your eating plan. And for that information,
Excuse me, I'm working on preventing cancer. If you do got cancer, we'll keep that link in the description. But we're working on preventing. I'm constantly talking about carcinogens. I'm constantly talking about dyes. I'm constantly talking about all of these oils that they're giving us that derives from all of these bad sources, soy and all of the corn syrup. Look at the back of that. Every time I look at it now, it just does something to me. Every time I look at, I can say the name. I don't care. Pearl Milling Company. Anytime I look at syrup, like the old syrups and the plastics, oh man, I don't even think of it the same way. I look at it like almost like corn oil with flavoring in it, because that's what it really is. It's not real syrup. That stuff that you're eating, that Aunt Jemima and all of that, it's not real syrup. It's not maple syrup. It's maple sugar. It's cornstarch and more corn syrups. It's not even real maple syrup. It's not. So that's the crazy thing about it. When you start turning over labels and reading what's there, like when you read stuff like enriched, boom, I put it right back on the shelf. I don't even let it get past that. And then when it starts saying all this mono, trico, boomco, whatever, I don't want none of that. I'm tell you the truth, I hardly can come out the supermarket with stuff now. I have to literally find supermarkets in certain places that's okay for me to eat at. But guess what? As a result of it, my body's feeling much better. And as a human being, I'm feeling much better. Guess what? I ate some stuff I wasn't supposed to eat the other day. I got some inflammation right here. Automatically, I'm like, mm-hmm, see? And that's how good you can get to know your body if you pay attention to it, because your body will let you know what's going on if you have a relationship with it. And hopefully you guys, y'all appreciate the health and wellness section for today, because that segment was what? Let's go right all the way back to the beginning. I want to make sure you guys have this on cap, just in case you want to go research it yourself again. This is cancer is a parasite. Don't even got to say much more. Cancer is a parasite. That's what it is. And we've got it coming in from Dr. Eric, E-R-I-C, Berg, B-E-R-G-D-C. That's the channel. Also, if you're a member of our Discord, which you should be, go on and download Discord, because all of our health and wellness videos are right there in the Discord every single day. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. Again, this is Cancer is a Parasite, coming in from Dr. Eric Berg. And like I said, yes, it will be in the health and wellness section today. Hope you guys got a lot out of it, and I really appreciate you guys for hanging around. And yes, instead of using sugar, I now use the monk fruit sugar. It's a little more expensive. What I've noticed is it's an acquired taste. After a while, you do get used to it. I like the raw version. It's a little grainy at the end of it, but knowing that it's better than the regular sugar makes me much more happier. I don't have to worry about spending $500 on worrying about cavities and stuff like that. So yes, monk fruit sugar. That's what I've been using. Anybody know anything better than that? Put me on to it. But I like the fact that it has no calories and it's a really good source. Also, it's very sweet, so I don't even have to use that much. More expensive, but it's very sweet as well. So guess what? Where do you get the sugar? Monk fruit sugar. I get it from any different. I get it from any supermarket. Most of the time, I go to let's say a seed town or someone that actually really has a name. A lot of these like stores on the sidelines don't have it. That's not the place that you want to go looking for monk fruit sugar, because they're not going to have it. Don't fall for the other stuff too. Don't fall for the other sugars when it comes down to the what's the other one? The agave. I don't like that one either. This is the one I use. This is the one I use now. It's a little more expensive, but like I said, I rather use this one myself. So boom, boom, boom. That's not the one I use. Hold on a minute. Let me go to shopping. Let me see something real quick. I was recommending it the other day. I can't believe it, man. What's going on with this? But it's basically called monk fruit sugar. Why can't I see it now? It's not the one I normally get. Monk fruit sugar. But yeah, extract. This is the extract right here. That one is expensive. I wouldn't get that one. But yeah, there was another one that I was getting before. I don't know why it's not there, but yeah, monk fruit sugar is the best way to go about it, you guys. Again, let's get those likes up. Double tap that screen and get those likes up, like Liberty said. And it's not over. It ain't over. You know how we do it around here. We got to show some love and get up out of here with a happy heart. How many of you guys are cat lovers? But they always wind up getting themselves into things. That cat that was in the tree when Eugene Tackleberry had to come try to get him out. Hold on, lady, I'll get him out. Nah, I'm just kidding, you guys. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a Police Academy fan, we don't want to get them out like that. We want to get ladies like this that know what they're doing. Luckily, we had two brave women that were not scared to help this kitty out when he found himself too high for comfort. Yeah, a little too high for comfort. I don't think that his 9 lives would have kicked in over here. So luckily, they were there to help him out. We got a small cat that is stranded just inches from a terrifying fall. So how are they going to get them? We're going to see. You guys, I don't know if there's audio with this, but let's just hope that this works out for the best. Let's go for it. So now you got two local heroic women decide to act to save this kitty who's almost on some sort of ledge landing very high up in the air. He wouldn't have made it if he would have fell. So they're lowering these ropes on a loop. They're lowering the ropes on a loop. Carefully, they lower the rope. Now, if you guys look out, you see the height. That's a lot of height right there. He's like stories in the air. A lot. Let's keep going. Thank you. So now they got it they're trying to get it. It's keep on meowing. Meow. So now they're trying to get it in the lasso. So now as soon as she steps over with the first two legs, she tightens it around the waist of the kitty. Now, how many lives do you think that kitty has now? So how many lives do you think that kitty has now, huh? That was a cool one right there, right? They did. I don't know what made them think of that or what made them come up with that idea. Look at that. Why knowing knots is dope. Look at that. 3.5, 8 lives, 2.5, 2 left. Very smart. Vincent A in the chat. There you go. 8. I know you guys love animals over here, so I had to show you guys that, especially the fact that that baby was saved, right? That was crazy right there. Give those ladies a round of applause for saving that baby, right? And how many of you guys love America? How many of you guys are just real patriots? I don't know about you guys, but you know what? I love them. I love American Eagles. So yes, we're going to end off, no, not end off, but I want you guys to see one thing coming up for our new episode, for our new episodes coming up in July, because we're going to be celebrating 250 years of birthday for America, you guys. And what's one of the best ways to do it? Showing love to our bald eagles as they come back. One of America's most biggest success stories, says Dr. Robin Miller. And you guys, I used to be scared of them. Now I'm fascinated by them. I love these birds. Woo, do I love myself an eagle. Love them more than I used to do before. But let's see. Let's go and see what's going on with this eagle right here. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's go.
As America marks 250 years of independence, we're shining a spotlight on a quintessential American icon, the bald eagle. At Auburn University football games, before the fans roar, the eagle soars. The school's iconic pregame War Eagle flight is celebrating 25 years as one of college football's most beloved traditions. These eagles were rescued and trained by Auburn University's Raptor Center. Let's bring in Dr. Robin Miller, director of the Auburn University Raptor Center. And
do you see how big Liberty is? I think that's the name of this. I probably got your name, Liberty, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. This eagle is huge.
The Auburn University Raptor Center and the bald eagle Spirit.
I'm sorry, Spirit.
Dr. Miller, what an impressive bird. How is Spirit doing today?
Look at this.
She is doing fantastic. She and I are both excited to be here with you today. We are celebrating her birdie 30 as well.
She's 30.
Birdie 30, meaning 30th birthday?
30th birthday, that's correct.
Now, she was injured as a
Spirit
eaglet, and could not be re-released into the wild, right?
Yes, so back in 1996, she was admitted to a Florida rehabilitation clinic to treat both a wing and beak injury. And though her wing made a full recovery, regretfully, her beak required lifelong human intervention in order to ensure she could eat.
Yeah, because it doesn't close all the way on the left side, so she couldn't be let out into the wild. They have to keep her.
So she was entrusted to the Auburn University Raptor Center. That's right. Then known as the Southeastern Raptor Center. She wants to get my facts straight.
She said she wants her to get her facts straight.
She has retired after an illustrious 19 years of free flying in Jordan-Hare Stadium, and she continues to be a great ambassador for her species today.
Yeah, you can tell her beak is missing a little bit of the tip, right?
It is. So just like our fingernails and toenails, raptor beaks are made of keratin. So if you've ever heard about the story where an eagle may retreat into the mountains and break off their own beak, that's a myth. Once they have an injury to their beak, oftentimes you can tell as it grows back in, and it does require care to maintain.
I want to put up a statement from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. It points out that the bald eagle almost disappeared from the lower 48. Now it's one of the greatest wildlife comebacks in American history. America's 250th birthday hits different when you remember that.
There you go, you guys. That's right. That's the American bald eagle right there. I think that's a fantastic symbol. It was either that or the lion. But nah, I think they came up with a good one right there. That's a huge bird right there, boy. That's a big bird right there. It's a perfect hunter and everything, you guys. And if you want to promote on Our Bottom Line, where we almost have 74,000 subscribers, send over your promos to us. We'll put them up in the post notification area. They have to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame in order to fit. That's all. Just make sure they're in the right size frame and send them over to us. Also, you got to be subscribed or make sure you're a member. Also, you guys, y'all got stuff going on in your neighborhoods. You got a giveaway going on, maybe a toy drive, maybe a sale or something like that. Take a picture of that and put it inside the Discord, because everything that you guys have going on, you never know. Maybe it's important to somebody else. And anybody might see something. Hey, I didn't even know that that was going on over there. Let me go check it out. And if you wind up going, put some images up in the Discord to let people see how it went. Let's double tap that screen, because it's gonna be your last time to do that right now. I'm telling you right now. Or give me all the money in your pockets. Or what you could do is just subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. Because guess what we're about to do right now? And just like Miss Swanza says, we're about to start up this Show Your talent search. That's the talent search that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And we're doing it with Big Drip Hard Punch. That's right, you guys. If you win, boom, 250 bucks. Also, one person over here will be able to be a part of the talent show. After we get everybody together, we're going to put you together and make you all compete to see if you can win that grand prize. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, at the events as well, and it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And like Miss Swanza says all the time, we love you, girl. Want to get lit, drink Big Drip. Also, who's going to be at the event? We're going to see a lot of people there. We're going to see you guys there. And if you guys want to be a part of this event, all you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's the website right there, www.drinkbigdrip.com, or you can just scan that QR code up on any one of our headings and it'll take you right over to the website. Once you get over there, you got to be 21 and older. Add your email address, and we'll keep you posted on where the events are going to be. That's right, you guys. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but we got a couple of more locations that we're going to be locking in. And yes, we're still doing the Show Your talent search. And before we get out of here, you know how we do it every single day, even though it's Monday. Let's get those prayers in the air for all of our family, all of our friends, everybody getting out here to have another good day. And thank the Lord for giving us this time together. I want to pray for every single person here. I want to pray for love, happiness, as well as respect. I want to pray for good health. I want to pray for family. I want to pray for honor. I also want to pray for love, because without love, we don't really have much. And love is a perfect cure for a lot. Also want to pray that you guys got a lot out of today's health and wellness section. If there's anybody that has any more questions, feel free to follow up in the Discord. Want to make sure that we're giving shouts outs and prayers to Vincenta, Colessive, Zion's Choice. Got to pray for Kendra Walker. Can't forget about El Jadero, Rebecca, Lanyan Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Can't forget about Dreams the Stone. Can't forget about Liberty and Justice. Jack, can't forget about you, Colessive, Zion's Choice, Sweet RV Adventures, you as well. El Jadero, there you go. Jelena, thank you so much. Kendra Walker, can't forget Colessive, Guy and Elsa, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, G-Man, that one song, Teddy, can't forget about Teddy as well. Problematic, can't forget about Jack. Casey Ramos, can't forget about you. Sam Champion, Winter Rising, can't forget about, let's see, Colessive, can't forget about CJ the Cat. That one was for you. I hope you saw that last one, CJ. Hope you saw that. Jeffrey Spilker as well. Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about Adam Trebet. Who else we talking about? Sam Champion. Money Tree. Hope you're good too. Thank you so much, Money Tree. I saw a couple of videos that you sent over. Just got to go ahead and tighten them up. Thank you so much for your health and wellness additions. Always appreciate you, Mary Tanner. Jelena. Can't forget about Kendra. Can't forget about Shannon. Jeffrey Spilker. Zion's Choice. Can't forget about you, Michael, as well. Colessive. You always on point. Or who else we talking about over here? Rochelle. Thank you so much. Can't forget about Adam Trebet. Shannon, hope you and the family are doing fantastic. And everybody here, we want to give a collective shout out and selective collective love. Okay, also AZA. Got to give collective love to our sister. We're talking about Miss Swanza. We want to pray for you, Miss Swanza, right now. We want to pray for your family. We want to pray for your sister that she rests in peace. And we want to send out nothing but strong love and connective ability and prayers to our sister, our family member, Miss Swanza. Everybody collective. And can't forget about me either. Got to pray for me too. Thank you so much. And you guys, everybody, can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Amen. Y'all know how we do it. That was Monday. Had a good one too. Very informative. I really hope that you guys got a whole bunch out of that health and wellness section because that's the reason I do it. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. And with that being said, y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Y'all could have went anyway. But the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me on Monday, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow. 6 o'clock, different suit, same person, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Going to be right back here on Tuesday for another episode of Our Bottom Line. And you guys, guess what that means? That means we're only going to have 17 more days, almost a week, 2 weeks plus 2 days, and we're going to be right back where we were. Number one, and I thank you guys every single day for helping us remain that way. Don't even matter what they say. Long as you know that you're number one. I'm number one too, because they can't mess with us as long as we're on. Appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow at 6 o'clock, right back here on Our Bottom Line, because you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, get 'em. Peace.